is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Busher, though, with the rebound. She'll go right back up with it. Gets contact and the foul. Final seconds of this first quarter. Three on the way by Herman. Big three to close out the first. Over to Schultz. Nearly stolen away it is. Miller throw it out for Gaw. Gaw being trailed. Hudson elevates and lays it in. Why he didn't shoot that, I don't know. Bruce will go from way down. Oh, baked it in! Yeah. Baked it in! My God. How about them apples? Wow.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
And a look at the entryway as we welcome everyone in to the gymnasium and welcome everyone in here to Spring Hill Sports Live as we settle in for a boys and girls basketball doubleheader tonight as the Spring Hill Broncos have their home opener to welcome in the Tonganoxie Chieftains. We're inside Spring Hill High School, so of course we've got the Spring Hill Pep Band in the background. A great scene here as always. New lights a year ago, so it's nice and well lit. Beautiful purple and gold throughout the venue, and we are settled in here for this one. The Bronco teams fresh off opening night against Eudora to begin things a little over a week ago, and then spent a week making that trip to Emporia. Mixed results for both teams. We'll talk about those here as we roll on through the Comfort Designs pregame show. But the Bronco girls coming in at 2-2, 0-1 in the Frontier League, and a little bit better competition perhaps over at that Emporia tournament than we've seen in years past, as the girls did open up with a season opening loss at Eudora, 45-64. A little bit of a head scratcher perhaps early on in the season. We'll talk more about that with Curtis in just a moment. And then a win against Emporia on the road at Emporia in that Emporia tournament, then a loss in a low-scoring affair, and certainly the way Hayden wants to play, that's how the Broncos played, falling in that one 28-38 and then bouncing back against Baser 65-50. So 2-2 right now on the season coming into this ball game, taking on a Tonganoxie team that's 3-1 on the year, 1-1 in the Frontier League, and Tongi much improved over a year ago. They made a big trip out west to Garden City and had 2 wins in there, one against Scott Community and one against Garden City High School, and that's a big 6A school out there in Garden City, so consider that one. And then picked up a win over Lewisburg, a big lopsided victory, 47-14 against Lewisburg to open the year. So Tonganoxie feeling pretty good as we welcome you in here. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo, as we do settle in here for. And Curtis, we'll talk more here on the pregame show, but first your thoughts at 2-2 season opener, and obviously the Broncos life without Sydney Busher, the first time in 4 years, really. She's been the main catalyst for the Broncos since she was a freshman, and now without her, relying on Isla Herman, averaging 18 points a game. But that's pretty good competition there in Emporia. How do you feel, 4 games into this, going 2-2?
Well, first I want to thank you for having me back this year. I'm excited to be here. The girls, they have some growth opportunities this year. There's absolutely nothing. They shouldn't hang their heads about losing to a Eudora team. That is a perennial state team, very, very solid team. Bryn Dieterding, their point guard there, is an all-state player. Fantastic. They have a good group of juniors over there that are the catalyst for that program, and they're very solid. So, no, you can't hang your head there. I look up and down this roster this year. It is strange to not see Sydney's name on there. She's been a stalwart in this program for 4 years. But you look, there's still some familiar names there, and it starts, as you alluded to, the number 20, Isla Herman. She's going to be the focal point of the offense, but you look at other contributors like
Aubrey Meter is going to be there. She'll be a factor, sure.
Yeah, she really came on last year offensively. She was more of a defensive player, I would say. Maybe her sophomore year, and then her junior year really continued with growth on defensive end, and then grew into the offensive side of it. Kaylee Schupert's coming back from an injury last year, so she's excited to have her back. Mason Brackett, a junior that's 6'1", got good size, has some good skill there. She was also injured last year, so she was unable to play. So, and then Isabel Harris, she got some valuable varsity minutes last year as well. And then Keely Rodden as well as a sophomore this year, looking for her some continued growth there. And then Emery Feeback, unfortunately, is injured again this year and not able to play, so that's unfortunate for her. We feel bad for her. But you know, you look up down this roster, you can name your starting five most likely, and then the depth is what's going to have continue to develop.
Yeah, in the depth really, this is a team that made it to the state tournament a year ago, finished fourth, got a win at the state tournament. Not a lot of teams play basketball. Very few get to say they won a game of the state tournament, and that team did. And they'll never be able to take that away from them, but it was the depth. And when you go to the state tournament with a two-man bench or maybe a three-man bench at the best, you're really going to have a hard time at the state tournament. And that's really what showed up last year for the Bronco girls. You mentioned Aubrey Meter. I mean, her aggressiveness on offense, 16 free throw attempts already through 4 games, and so she's going to try to get to the rim, 12 points a game, second on this team in scoring. Plenty to talk about here on the Comfort Designs pregame show. We'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look maybe at that boys game just a little bit, reset the scene here on the girls game, get your starting lineups, keys to the game. Opening tip-off here from Spring Hill High School. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, specializing in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience. Locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. And of course, we are in the midst of the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Locally owned and operated. The Jeffries boys and all their staff do a great job servicing our community for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Plenty to talk about when we return after this on the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
My name is Dr. Claire Strode. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strode Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
People starting to file in here inside Spring Hill High School on a Tuesday night here, early season basketball in December. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo, as we settle in here for a Frontier League boys and girls basketball doubleheader, a home opener for the Bronco boys and girls as they welcome in the Chieftains from up at Tonganoxie. And we get into this one. We mentioned the girls and talked about them 2-2 on the season, taking on this 3-1 Tonganoxie team that is much improved. That was a beleaguered team for the last couple of years and starting to get right a little bit. So we'll see if they give the Broncos one of their best efforts they've seen here over the last couple of years. But on the backside of our doubleheader tonight, we've got the Bronco boys at 2-2, 1-0 in the Frontier League, taking on the 1-3 Tonganoxie Chieftains. Boys probably have a little bit easier route to victory here tonight, Curtis. But, this we talked about on the girls' side, and when you've got that premier player, Isla Herman, it's going to need to average around 18, 20 points a game really to give them a real good shot. Likewise, on the boys' side, you've got that perennial and a powerhouse that they're going to need the output from Jackson Bruce. The way he goes will be likely the way they go. And as you look at that, we know that about them. What else about the Bronco boys do we need to see from them to be able to get them over the hump here in 2025-26?
Well, you got a solid 3-year contributor there in Jordan Miller. Offensively, Jackson Bruce, he's going to have to be the go-to guy, when you need a bucket, and largely was that last year. So there's no reason to think he wouldn't continue to develop into that role this year. So Jordan Miller sticks out again, senior guard that kind of does a little bit of everything. He had some great scoring games last year, but defensively, he's just a dog out there. He really is. He's the one that takes the charges. He likes that stuff. He'll get up in your grill, get in their face. He's what the kind of tenacity you want on defense is what Jordan Miller brings to the team. And then you look at down low. I love the energy and the tenacity that Brooks Byer brings. Obviously, an outstanding football player. Well, both of them, Jordan Miller and Brooks Byer, excellent football players. But they're transitioning into basketball season now after their football season concluded, and Brooks really he just finds the ball. Like, you look at the guy, you think, he's not going to get there, and he makes plays every single time he has the ball. Good things happen. He makes good decisions, and so looking forward to him continuing to develop as well.
Yeah, Brooks, your classic football player that chooses to play basketball, which is amazing. Every kid should do that, but he battled through some foul troubles at times last year because he's just kind of a behemoth underneath the paint. You want him to continue to be that, and as we go on through the Frontier League, that will pay dividends, I think, Absolutely. In the long run, but making sure you can still be out on the court. And we were talking off air, Peyton McAvoy on the roster, but battling through some injury that he carried into the season, so not having his services, and he was just kind of that guy. He could hit a three when he needed to hit one, almost one of your guys. You prefer him taking that three-point shot late in the game, but also a good defender and an athlete, so hopefully he'll get his way back onto the floor as well. And you mentioned Jordan Miller. I mean, emotionally, how important he is to this team. He is the quarterback, and that's a fact, and so that carries over into the basketball arena as well, I believe. And so they're getting ready to do their starting lineups here inside the gymnasium. We'll take one more final break. We'll come back, get your opening tip-off here from Spring Hill, the Broncos and the Chieftains coming up next. Actually, we'll keep it right here. I lied. I'm going to keep it right here.
Hey, you're the boss.
I am the boss. We're going to keep it right here. Caden likes to show off the band, and so do I. Let's see what they've got. Another stirring rendition of our Star Spangled Banner by the Spring Hill Pet Band. We will take that break. Opening tip-off right around the corner on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on the individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
For land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Welcome back out here on the Comfort Designs pregame show. They're going through the starting lineups here inside the arena. We'll run through the starting lineups here briefly as well. First up for the Spring Hill Broncos will be number 12, Aubrey Meter, 5'10" senior, averaging 12 points a game, second on this team. Number 13, Adeline McConnell, 5'7" sophomore. She's averaging 3 points a game. Number 14, Kylan Herman, 5'4" freshman. Freshman averaging 5.5 a game. Number 20, Isla Herman. We're coming to the conclusion that those two are related here real time. Nobody told us, but perhaps, maybe not. You did see that, and I did have 2 different. One's got 2 N's and one's got 1 N on their name. Maybe we just spelled them wrong. And that's Isla averaging nearly 19 points a game, and then number 21, Isabel Harris for the Broncos. At center court will be Harris, leaping against number 33, Addie Schooler. And Schooler going to win that one for the Chieftains. Opening tip-off, as always, brought to you by our good friend at Dan the Tailor Man with high-quality suits, tuxedos. All the good things you need for your special occasion. First opening possession, a block by Isla Herman to deny that attempt inside. With the perfect fit guaranteed at Dan the Tailor Man for about the cost of a rental, you could get a suit, tie, pocket square, and lifetime alterations, wedding, prom, or that black tie affair. Call Dan the Tailor Man for a free consultation. And Tongi going to get on the board first.
That was a great inbounds play there. Good execution by the Chieftains.
Baldock with the first bucket of the ball game, and early 2-0 lead for Tonganoxie. We are the peanut gallery over here, standing up on the sideline, the 4 of us. First offensive possession of the ball game for the Broncos as they move from right to left. Will take in the paint, no good, didn't catch even iron, and back to Tongi, their second possession, getting hassled up the floor.
It's interesting that first possession there, they tried to get Isla on the block. Historically, she's one with the ball in her hand, bringing the ball to the court. They kind of got her on the block that first possession.
Backside rebound by Schooler there, but no, shot no good on the putback, and back on the offensive end, nearly thrown away, was thrown away, intended for Meter, and thrown away by Kylan Herman. Entry pass down inside, trying to get it to Schooler, big size down in there. Schooler, 6'1", working against Harris, giving up some size. Here's a shot on the way, no good by Schoenig. Another shot no good. Boy, they're getting second chances on their first couple of possessions, but empty frame there for the Chieftains. 2-0 early going to this one.
Yeah, I remember Schooler from last year. We were talking on the broadcast. Once she figures it out, she's going to be a solid player. Good size and able to get some rebounds there.
Good baseline take there by Aubrey Meter as she gave her a little head fake and shook off the defense, left an open easy bunny from about 5 feet out.
That's going to be Aubrey's offensive game. She's going to attack the rim just like she does defensively. She's going to be aggressive with the ball. That's her strength on the offensive end.
Already 16 free throw attempts on the year through 4 games for Aubrey, and Schooler a good take, just rimmed out. Back the other way come the Broncos rather. Kylan Herman nearly poked out. Again, freshman on some starting varsity. It's pretty rare at this level, 5A level. Isla baseline, pull up, little runner, left it short, gets her own rebound. She'll put it right back up off the glass, gets that little English spin up and in. On the take by Isla Herman. Her first bucket of the ball game gives the Broncos their first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, there's nothing on the court that Isla doesn't do well. So she can spot up, she can penetrate, she can get to the free throw line, and just a solid basketball player.
3-point bucket by Brune. Attempt by Brune, no good, missed it all. Meter, quick fire on a 3, no good off the heel. Long rebound going to be tracked down by Kylan Herman. She'll be on that right wing. Scoop off to Isla at the elbow. Isla will back up, reset with Aubrey Meter here to the near side. Just left of the circle. Now she gets caught up really by Harris, ran into her own person. Pick up, dribble out high, long possession, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Move through Meter. She'll take it. Little stutter step, last minute off to Harris. She'll have to kick back out to Meter, 8 seconds. She'll fire one away, missed it. And rebound pulled out of there by Tonganoxie. They'll go the other direction with it. Outlet to Schoeneck, and she'll lead the charge for the Chieftains. Schoeneck was the one a year ago that was really their main catalyst that could kind of get them up and down the floor, and she'll attack just like this and do just like that on cue. Alyssa Schoeneck evens things up at 4 apiece.
Yeah, that's a good attack there. Good little hesitation, drew the defense, slowed them down a little bit. Good attack.
Off right side for Kylan Herman. Here's Isla Herman. Blocked by Schooler, but a hard block, and Schooler will pick up the first foul of the night, as that will send Herman to the free throw line to shoot 2. Isla so far perfect on the year, 8 of 8 from the free throw line on the season, halfway through this first quarter.
And Isla Herman, looking at that, if, the average user at home may not have seen that, but she was very smart when she attacked. She knew she was going up against somebody taller. She didn't shoot it like she would normally. She brought it over to the left and went into the body, which is a smart play, and that's how she was able to draw the foul. So just that basketball IQ. She knows where to be and when, and body position, and all those things make a difference. So.
First miss of the year on that take.
Well, you gave her the jinx.
Yep, I knew it as soon as I said. I knew when I wrote the stat down I was going to do that, and that was going to happen. So
there is a broadcaster jinx out there. If you say that they are undefeated or they haven't missed a shot, they will immediately miss a shot.
Oh, I thought you meant just choose the career of a broadcaster and you will forever be jinxed.
Never.
So that's the way it is. A foul on the other end of the floor. This one's going to be on Meter. So 21, not 12, rather. It's Isabel Harris with the foul. And at the free throw line, shooting 2, is Ashlyn Brune, and she'll knock down the first one, the 5'8 sophomore. On the board will even things up at 5 apiece.
Keely Rodden checking in for Addie McConnell, sophomore.
McConnell started this game quick to the bench halfway through this first quarter. Brune makes both free throws. Tongi back in front, 6-5. Harris on the right wing. Entry pass down inside for Kylan. Kick back outside for Keeley. Rodman shot no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Tonganoxie. They'll come up the floor near side.
Keeley's got that ability, that three-point shot. And what I like about it, there was no hesitation. So that's what you want with a guard who can shoot it, and that's who she is. So looking forward to her continuing to develop.
Kick back out 3. Open look at a late closeout on the three-point take by Adeline Johnson. And a three-point bucket gives Tongi their largest lead of the night. 2:54 to play first quarter. There's a steal. Schoeneck in the passing lane. Good transition defense there by Kylan Herman, but Schoeneck able to dribble out of it. Gives that funky layup, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Keely Rodden. She's going to press the issue. Rodden up the floor, all the way up the floor. Step back. 2 on the way by Herman. Shot no good and pulled out of there by Schoeneck. She'll keep the pressure on. Up the floor they go. Long pass up to Broom, blocked out of the air by Herman, and she'll pick up the foul. .227 to go first quarter, 9-5, and a little bit of a run here by Tonganoxie, and they're going to add to it at the free throw line on the take from Ashlyn Brune. 3 for 3 on the night from the stripe for her. And a 10-5 lead for the Chieftains.
Mason Brackett, 6'1" junior, checking in the game. It's good to see her on the court. Knee brace is what caused her last year, so she's battled back.
She'll be wearing number 15 out there as you watch her. 6'1" junior, averaging 2 points a game. Here in the early going of this one. Coach Hussa.
It's actually Coach Tuttle.
Tuttle. They have not updated that anywhere on the internet.
Correct.
Just so you know.
Yes.
I thought that was the case. And I went to look. I scoured. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not correct, but I'm going to go with it.
Yes.
Right side, Kylan Herman. Show a little runner with the right hand up and good. Nice take there. She'll break this little run. Quickly back the other end of the floor. And a timeout taken by Coach Tuttle. We will take it along with her. It's a 1-minute timeout. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
$13-7. I'm going to say it was 55 again.
I believe so because Coach Tuttle called a timeout.
There's a three-point bucket by Isla Herman trying to answer right back out of the break, and boy, did she. That was huge. They needed that desperately. 13-10, 1:31 to play first quarter. Desperate probably was a little strong, but it was certainly trending in the way of the Chieftains. Schooler trying to take it inside. She'll kick outside for Chloe Hendrickson. Give way, little runner. Block. There's the size then, as we talked about, for Mason Brackett. Denied defensively. Now here come the Broncos. Quickly, Herman again from the right side. 3 on the way. No good. Fighting for it. Nearly saved, but out of bounds it will go. Off the Broncos.
Number 24. London Chisholm in the game.
London averaging 3 points a game through 4 games. Out goes Kylan Herman. Back into the ball game comes Adeline McConnell for the Broncos. Under a minute to play first quarter. Schooler just trying to back in, bully her way through on Brackett. Good defense there. She'll get the rebound, helped out by Herman. And now here come the Broncos. 47 seconds to play. Step back, 3 on the way, left it a little short. Trying to track it down, going to be picked up by Johnson. And now a timeout. Going to be taken by Tonganoxie, trying to save that ball. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, Addie missed the shot there. If she would have followed her shot, might have got the rebound, but she did the next best thing and hustled after it and ended up causing them to call a timeout. So.
I would say it looks to me early on in this one that Tongi has a better defined of what they want to do offensively than perhaps the Broncos do. And that may be some of the youth mixed in with some of the experience trying to figure it out, whereas this particular group of the Chieftains have kind of come up together. They've been a group of kids that took their lumps as freshmen, sophomores. Now they're starting to get a little bit of experience, and they seem to be playing within each other a little bit better, whereas the Broncos a little herky-jerky early on offensively, but luckily the defense has been able to step up and hold them.
Yeah, and then Isla Herman doing her thing. So we kind of got in a funk there, and she's rescued us a couple times, and that's going to be her role all year long. Yeah, there's definite youth here. You know, you can see it in the passes and the catches. There may be a little hesitation there, but, you know, they're young. They're going to grow into the role, and looks like we got ourselves going to try to keep the ball out of number one's hands over there.
Well,
the freshman's got a tall task on her hands there, but
she'll have it. Will Schoenig way out high, working against Herman. Kylan Herman, kick to the near side. 3 on the way, missed it badly. Long rebound. There's Brackett, not even to hold on to it. Quickly rebound, though, by Johnson. Helped out, and that's the end of the first quarter. Well, they end up holding them out at the end. And at the end of one, Broncos trail by 3. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Here we go, back underway in the first quarter of this one. The Broncos and the Chieftains here from Spring Hill. 3-point bucket on the way from Kylan Herman. Shot no good. Loose ball to be determined. Aubrey Meters there. Jump ball going to be in favor of the Chieftains.
Look at that hustle there. That's we talked about that in the pregame there. That's kind of her game. Hustle. If there's a loose ball, my money's on her to get it.
First offense possession of this second quarter for the Chieftains as they move from left to right. Near side, Herrera. High post for Schooler. Harris trying to be there and show help. Sagged off of her and kind of gave Schooler that inside lane, and too deep for her to catch it. Her first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when she gets that close to the rim and is able to get basically just a layup. Pretty solid.
Chieftains have led by as many as 5 twice, including right now. There's Kylan Herman over to Harris. Over to go with it, give away to Meter. Meter will step back, long 2 on the way. Off the dribble, no good. Isbell nearly there. Gathered up and going the other way, though, by Brune. Brune will push it up the near side to the corner. Herrera, 3 on the way, good. 18-10, Tonganoxie. Broncos got to find some footing here in this first half. Trying to back in there is McConnell. Nearly lost it. Harris back with it. She gets it nearly stripped out of her hands as well. Got to be strong with the basketball. They are reaching in. Aubrey Meter with it spinning. Throws up a prayer. Shot no good. That nearly made it. Shot selection perhaps a little questionable here early on for the Broncos. They've really packed it down inside there, making them step out and shoot it. Schoeneck, she'll try to penetrate. Tied up, that's jump ball. That should be in favor of the Broncos.
Yep.
And it is. Good tie up there by Isabel Harris. And back to Spring Hills it goes with 6:17 to go first half, down by 8.
Yeah, there just seems to be some hesitation on, the girls. I feel like down here, the Broncos have had some opportunities to get some shots up, but I think the youth is showing its colors here, but they're going to continue to grow, so looking forward to that.
Herman trying to do it on her own, nearly slides one in. No good, but backside help is there for McConnell, and she'll put it up and in. Her first bucket of the ball game. 18-12. Herrera out high, they'll move it around over far side. Schooler going to try to take it in on Harris. It'll help defense from Meter give way. Schoeneck, kick. Herrera, another three on the way, good. Well, probably need to get a hand in the face of Jayla Herrera. Back-to-back triples from her, 21-12. Largest lead in the ball game now is 9.
Yeah, Addie McConnell got stuck. She got stuck behind the screen there and wasn't able to get out there and get a hand up.
Broncos needed that one bad. Herrera had fallen off, or Schoeneck rather had fallen off of Herman, and she had an open look at one, perhaps two open. Herrera back with it. Reverse direction, kick back out for Baldock. She'll give it up to Brune. Brune, reverse field. Back outside. Herrera. And a 3-second violation going to be called, I believe, against Schooler, camping out there inside the paint, right where she wants to be. And a good break for the Broncos.
You don't see that call often, but we'll celebrate it when it happens.
That call usually comes after when a coach puts it in the official's ear that it's happening.
Yeah, they don't listen to broadcasters. We kind of sometimes say the same thing, but I don't think they hear us.
How much better would the game be if they had us in their ear the whole time, though, you know?
We could petition Keisha for that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd love that. And a turnover by the Broncos again, trying to pound it into the paint, just not able to do so. Up the floor they go. Johnson got the steal, and she brought it up. Now Herrera on the near side. She'll give way to Schoeneck. Dump off inside Johnson. Defense by McConnell. Back to Schoeneck. Schoeneck over, back outside. Johnson for three. She's already got one. That one's no good. Rebound by Meter. And Aubrey will bring it up the floor for Spring Hill. A true point guard yet to be really defined here either for the Broncos. Meter going to try to press her way. She's on the floor. Gets it stolen out of her hands. Near side coach wanted a... What do they got to call here? It's got to be a jump ball. There's no official that was looking at that to see that there was a foul there. Everybody had kind of turned their attention elsewhere, and Herman tied her up, got the alternating possession. But boy, that was a lot of contact. Aubrey kind of lost her footing, but got to be under control. They're not going to give that to you. Out goes McConnell, out goes Harris. Back in comes Keely Rodden along with Kylan Herman.
It looks like we got ourselves a 2-3 zone here on defense, so we're going to switch it up a little bit.
Trying to get out on the perimeter and keep that three-point shot from being a problem. Here's Herrera. She's got back-to-back triples in this second quarter. Johnson on the far wing. Near side Herrera got open to look at one again. Oof, lucky for that one to go out. Schoeneck, though, there. And she's going to be denied. I think this is going to be on Rodden getting the body into Schoeneck, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, the Broncos probably fortunate that three didn't fall. Looked good from here, and she certainly hit some already this game. So we got to find a body on the defense, though, and box out. We had the position there with a couple of players. They just didn't use it. So you shoot those threes, the ball's going to come off the rim, and it's going to bounce further back. You got to find a body on somebody. If they would have backed up and found some contact, we likely could have had that rebound.
Herrera checks out. Broome comes back into the ball game for the Chieftains. Schoeneck at the free throw line to shoot her second one. This one off the iron, no good, but she gets her own rebound. She'll put it right back up. That one's no good. Rebound by Brackett for the Broncos.
That exact situation when I was coaching younger with my boys used to drive me crazy. When the person shooting the free throws is the one that gets the rebound, that means nobody did their job effectively.
Rodden with it on the right corner. She'll try to go baseline, gets tangled up. They're active with their hands. Kylan Herman for three. Good! The freshman knocks down the triple. She's got 5, which is right at her average. What was the largest lead now? 3 points less.
got a good-looking shot, good form, quick release.
And the guts to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and just a freshman, no hesitation. Love that.
Dump off inside, trying to work it in for Weehee. Just checked in, she threw it away. Meter comes out of there with it. A little bit hassled by Hendrickson, but she will try to shake her off. Hendrickson diving for it. Still the count's on, by the way, here in the back court. There it is.
Pass.
Aubrey asking for the tip ball, but that doesn't count in the backcourt. You've got to get it across the timeline. That's defense. The only question you could have perhaps had is did the other team ever possess that ball? That would have reset the clock, but I don't believe that was the case either. Just good defense there. And I talked about the point guard. I'm not sure Aubrey, she may be your best option at that position right now, but you'd probably rather have her elsewhere. Here's a three on the way off the heel, no good. Herman with the rebound. Try to push it up to Kylan Herman. She'll catch it, never puts it on the deck, lays it up and in. That is pretty nifty basketball right there.
Great vision by Isla Herman. And kind of a tough catch there by Kylan. Good job catching that ball and being able to execute.
Broncos have cut the lead back at half. Nearly snapped by Meter. Into the paint they go for Johnson. High-low to Schooler. That's what they want, and the foul. And they ran their offense to perfection right there with the ball movement. Schooler's got 4. And it will send Schooler to the free throw line to shoot 2. I think we're going to have ourselves one here in this girls matchup. I don't suspect the Broncos will go away, and I don't see the Chieftains going away quietly tonight either tonight.
Yeah, it's been a battle thus far. Looking forward to.
Schooler to shoot the end one. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Brackett. She's making her keep underneath the basket. Herman to the paint. Up off the glass and good. Isla Herman, her first bucket of the second quarter.
She was very determined in that possession. She had the ball in her hand. Aubrey was open, but you could tell that she wanted that one, so she took it.
Schooler back in position and back to the rim and back to the free throw line after drawing contact. That's the second one on Isla Herman here in this first half, so something to keep an eye on for the final 2:03 before halftime. Do have the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll recap this first half and take a look at that boys game. We got our pregame, our halftime area matchups. We'll walk around and let you know what else is happening across the Varsity Sports Live Network. Lots of games going on tonight. Schooler's second one, no good. There's a part of her game she better get fixed. She's going to find herself to the free throw line a lot from that low post. Rodden with it near side, trying to wrap around in on Brackett, working against Schooler. 6'1" against 6'1". Maybe 6 foot. I think Brackett's got her by a half inch. Just got to hold on to the basketball now. He's helped out. Ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Broncos. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Her minute 43 to go first half.
That's good defense there by the Chieftains. They were extended all the way to the three-point line and in the Broncos' face.
Meter, dump off inside Brackett. She'll have to kick back out to Meter, reset here with a minute 37 and 8 seconds on the shot clock. How to pull the trigger. Here running, good move to the rim. Nice movement without the basketball by London. She knocks down the bucket. Down with about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes back to within 3.
Yeah, London's another freshman, so we talked about that youth. You can see it before your eyes how it's developing.
Brackett with another rebound for the Broncos. That one a little deeper. And Spring Hill trailed by as many as 10 not that long ago. Outscoring them 9-2 since that point. And nearly thrown away, and trying to track it down was Meter, and she'll hit the deck. Just one of the countless times that Aubrey will hit the floor tonight.
For sure. Yeah, that possession just felt like they kind of forced it a little bit. Like, okay, we're supposed to go here, and then we're supposed to throw it here. Well, you gotta see it before you throw it.
Under a minute to play first half. Near side, open look at one for Shawnick, left it short. Rebound though Johnson. She bring it down low. That's the travel actually. They're either going to go jump ball or travel.
It's got to be a travel.
He didn't know. He got his arms like this for a second, and then he was going to do jump ball. He looked over at the possession arrow first.
Don't you have to have two people possessing the ball to have a jump ball? Because she fell with the ball on her.
It was going to be either that or a shove by somebody. He didn't know what to do. It was an equal opportunity. Spin the roulette wheel and pick one. It'll be in favor of the Broncos, so we'll take it. About 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. And Cheesem threw it away. Easy run out here for Brune. Trailing from behind. Swatted out of there by Kylan. They're going to call a foul on that, I think. Oh,
yeah,
my goodness. Oh, my.
Good hustle by Kylan, though. That's
pretty good effort and pretty good position there, but they are going to send Brune to the free throw line to shoot two.
Just will make her earn it.
She's 4 for 4 in the night from the stripe in that first quarter. No score, no points here in this second quarter for Brune. Baldock along with Hendrickson setting to check back into the ball game. And boy, Chieftains have missed their last 5 free throws in this first half. They're going to want those back. Herrera out, Johnson out. Those two I just mentioned back into the ball game. 20 seconds to play. Broncos will be able to work for the final shot of this first half if they get this rebound. Brune, and they do. Rebound pulled out of there by Cheesem, and it will be the Bronco basketball. Really a chance to take some momentum after really letting a lot of it go in the first half. If they can go down by just one or less, they'll feel pretty good. It's going to be a foul on the floor with 4 seconds left. It's a pretty good foul, really, by Tongi.
Yeah, first team foul.
Well, he got to draw up here a 4-second inbound. There's Brackett. She'll throw one up. Not a great take. Rodden there with the putback. Nearly got it to put it up, and that's the end of the first half. 24-21, an improved Tonganoxie Chieftains team. Broncos trying to figure some things out a little bit, but still right in this one here tonight. 24-21 at halftime. Plenty to talk about as we kick off the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime. When we return in 2 minutes, you're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Auction Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
To do that. Welcome back out here to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Of course, Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected, to protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Go in there and just stop in there some afternoon and see Michael and say, hey, saw you on Spring Hill Sports Live. I promise you he will appreciate that. Here at the halftime break, let's take a look at kind of where we are and how we got to where we are. Broncos would start this game out down by 2, but they would tie it at 2-all and then grab the lead 4-2. It would be tied at 4-all, be tied at 5-all. And then Tonganoxie would grab the lead 6-5 before growing that lead to as much as a 5-point lead, 10-5. They'd lead by 3. I guess they led by as many as 6 in that first quarter, but led by 3 at the end of the first quarter, and then grew their lead to as much as 10, led 22-12, midway point of the second quarter. But from that point, the Broncos, after being down 22-12, would come back and outscore Tonganoxie 9-2 in the final 3 minutes or so of the second quarter, and really even things up a little bit right before the break. Here at the break, it is halftime scores you will see on the screen here momentarily. 24-21, Broncos down by 3 at the break. Halftime scoring totals first up for the Chieftains. Pretty even scoring and pretty good contribution around the horn for them. 6 points from Jayla Herrera, and she came in and was a dagger, 2 threes in 2 straight possessions for her. And then 4 points for Ashlyn Brune, 4 points for Addie Schooler, 3 points for Alyssa Schoenick, 3 points for Adeline Johnson from behind the arc, 2 points from Kaylin Weehee, and 2 points from Kaylee Baldock for the Chieftains. For the Broncos, 8 points from Isla Herman, including 6 of those in the first quarter. They really kept her pretty quiet in the second quarter, and going to have more output for her in the second half. 7 points from Kylan Herman, as she knocked out a big 3 in that second quarter as part of that 9-2 run. 2 points from Aubrey Meter, 2 points from Adeline McConnell, 2 points from London Chesham for the Broncos as they do trail here at the half. 24-21. We'll come back, get Curtis's thoughts on this second half, and get you ready for second half action here from Spring Hill. The Broncos and the Chieftains tonight on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stos with Payola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Back out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo, as we get closer to the second half action of this one. But Curtis will bring you in here into a pretty even matchup really all the way around. They've got a big post down inside. We've got some posts down inside. They've got some speed on the edge. We've got a little speed on the edge, and that is the three-point ball game we have here now.
Yeah, you know, it was good to see the Broncos battling back there. Like you mentioned, they got down double digits there, and you kind of don't know with, you know, having a young roster like we have, some freshmen playing some pretty big minutes here. They responded well. The thing that I noticed that sticks out to me the most is this year, obviously we alluded to earlier, without Sydney Bushy, we're playing more inside out. Where are we going to get a post present from? That's the thing that sticks out for me. You know, Sydney did that for us for so many years. That was the focal point of the offense, and now we're perimeter oriented, which is fine, but we're going to have to get some production from the bigs down low.
And maybe more importantly to that, when that's not there, like, how do we respond to that not being there? That's what I saw the most. When that initial entry pass wasn't there and we had to come back out and reset, we weren't resetting very well to get another good look at it. It was kind of get back out, throw it up, and get going. And I have noticed that shot clock speeds things up a little bit offensively, and you can just relax a little bit and get another crack at it.
Yeah, when you reset like that, you got to remember your spacing, remember all your fundamentals. And I noticed the Tongi seemed to extend their defense way out to the three-point line there because I think they realized we're lacking on the inside here. So looking forward to a good second half.
Thanks for joining us for the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We do have a boys game coming up in just a little bit on the backside of this one. The girls first, of course. Good room and good defense there by Herman. Shot no good, but the rebound by Schooler is, and she'll put it up and in. She's got 6.
Yeah, you can't defend that any better, only unless you're going to get the rebound there. But they would good help defense there, and she's just got the size to get the rebound and put it back up.
Top of the key, Kylan Herman for 3. That one no good. Long rebound. She's going to track it down, careened off the hands of McConnell, I believe. And now here's Isla Herman on the near side. She'll face up baseline. She gets one-on-one. She better take it. Good, and the foul. And she did. She got that one-on-one matchup on the elbow, and she didn't take any time to hesitate. She's in double figures with 10 and a chance to add to it from the free throw line.
Yeah, just like I mentioned, solid basketball player. Attacks the rim, has good vision, and like you said, you get her one-on-one, she's going to take it to the rim every time.
She'll slide in that free throw. 2 out of 3 on the night from the stripe for her.
Broncos staying in the zone defense here.
Back to a 2-point game. Broncos trail by as many as 10 in that first half. And there's a turnover. McConnell, right place, right time. She'll come out of there with it. At times the Broncos have had sophomore, 2 freshmen on the floor. Here's Meter, senior. She'll shot no good. Good take. Rebound pulled out of there by Shonick, and she'll charge it up the middle of the floor. She'll take it right in the paint. Try to go high-low. There's Schooler again. Boy, they've got that working just a little bit. Schooler has 8.
That was a great pass there, and that's a tough catch for a big like that, but she was able to gather it and get the bucket.
Shonick is that true point guard. She can kind of see the floor, and she's running this show for the Chieftains. I think she's the one who maybe didn't come off the floor in that first half. Near side, Isabel Harris. Schooler giving her some room. Isabel, good move. Just couldn't get it up. Track down. Aubrey Meter hustling to get that one and just steps out of bounds. Back to the Chieftains it goes. Here was 6:21 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, Isabel Harris, she's worked on that move for a long time. I know she plays club ball with the Pride team, and I've seen her develop that over the years. So she'll get some of those buckets to fall as the season goes on.
Shawnick again down inside to Schooler, and we got to start to defend Addie Schooler. She's just making it's kind of easy for her here in the last 2 trips down the floor. They need to deny her the basketball a little bit better. Screen comes from Harris, pull up off the dribble, 3 by Herman, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Baldock for the Chieftains. Here comes Shawnick. Just off the right side, she'll get it back. She'll fire away a deep 3, and she'll rattle it in. Ice cold by Alyssa Shawnick. And there's a timeout by Coach Tuttle, desperately needed. Things are starting to slip away quickly here. They had it to within 2, now down by 9. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Bronco basketball.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to...
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
(33-24). It was 26-24 just a moment ago. Man, back-to-back trips down the floor by the Chieftains and empty frames by the Broncos and put them down by 9. They've trailed by as many as 10 in this game. They've led by a couple early on, but it's really been Tonganoxie's game so far through 2 1/4 quarters. Here's Herman. Kylan Herman back to Isla Herman. Hand off Meter. Meter at the elbow. Gets picked up. She walked with it. Yep. Thought she was going to get away with it. I didn't say anything. But darn it, they saw it. Here's Brune out high. She give way to Shawnick. She's quick to get it down to the Schooler. She knows the job. Isabel Harris going to have to really get strong down in there against Schooler because she's just backing her down. Make her push on you a little bit. Take a charge. Isla Herman face up, driving. Lots of contact. Shot no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Shawnick once again. Shortest girl on the floor gets the most rebounds for Tonganoxie, I think. And she'll take it in. Little runner, no good. They let the contact stay on that end. But who else? Schooler. 8 third-quarter points for Addie Schooler. And the largest lead of the game now is 11 for Tonganoxie. Broncos need a bucket, like I need hair.
Yeah, Tonganoxie's got kind of what we had last year. They've got the inside out with Shawnick, and now I'm drawing a blank.
Free throw McConnell, shot no good. Another one and done. Not a lot of offensive boards either for the Broncos, and perhaps that's another area they're lacking with that post play. Kick outside for Shawnick at the elbow. Kick far side Baldock for 3. Good.
And they've got 3-point shooters for sure.
The timeout was not as successful as it needed to be. 14-point deficit. Now they'll take another timeout. We'll keep it right here and try to catch our breath without leaving you. But looking at the Tonganoxie Chieftains, 38-24. And again, this was 28-24. This is a 10-0 run right now for the Chieftains.
Yeah, the 3-point line's been a surprise for me. I knew they had some shooters that left over from last year's team, but they seem to have 3 of them.
Five threes as a team so far in this game. 4 different players with those.
And then you have Schooler cleaning it up on the inside. That's a recipe for success.
Offense has been the trouble for the Broncos.
And you see the switch here now, having Isla Herman bring the ball up the court and have the ball in her hands like she's used to.
Brackett took a couple cracks at it, but able to get it going. Her first bucket of the ball game, a big one to stop this 10-0 run.
Good defense there by Kylan Herman.
Out working against Shawnick. High post for Johnson. They'll get it into Schooler. Schooler shot up, now a late foul. Brackett, pretty good position.
And you could tell Coach Tuttle's told Kylan Herman to just not worry about anything else. Your job is to work on Shonick because when she's guarding her, she's not paying attention to passing lanes, anything. So it must be you're on her. Try to keep the ball out of your hands as much as possible.
Schooler knocks down the first one. Now 9 third-quarter points for Schooler. How about 10? Double digits, 14 for the game so far for the 6'1" junior. And now it's 40-26, back to a 14-point lead, matching the largest deficit of the ball game for the Broncos. For the Broncos. Herman now going to run that point, as you mentioned. High post for Rodden, trying to go into Brackett. She'll have to kick it back outside. They'll move it around. Here's Herman, Kylan Herman. She'll attack, give way to Rodden. Rodden will slash in. Rodden with a finger roll up and in. That was pretty good offense, probably the best offense in possession of the second half, certainly for the Broncos.
Yeah, good ball movement there and way to attack there by Keely Rodden.
Now we need to stop. Broncos have not had many stops here on the defensive end here in this third quarter. Shonick kick. 3 on the way from Hendrickson, no good. And there's the stop. Brackett with the rebound. She'll clear it. Kick out to McConnell, and here she comes up the floor quickly. She got away with maybe a little walk there. Kick outside, nearly stolen. Now a foul. That's going to be Herman. That'll be her third. Oof. On the loose ball. With 2:43 to go here in this third quarter, Isla Herman will pick up her third personal foul. She will sit. We'll see if they can keep her on the bench for the duration of this final 2:43. I would doubt it.
Yeah, I would think so, considering, but we'll see if we get a stop here.
Broom breaks it up the floor, working against Kylan Herman. Here's Schooler. She'll take it. Brackett late to get over there and had herself out of position and picked up the foul. Got to get moving over there quicker. She's unlikely to bring that back to the top of the key. She's going to drop and go baseline. Just anticipate that and close that off a little quicker if you're Brackett. She'll pick up her first personal. Team foul number 3 on the Broncos.
And I would say Schooler last year could not go left. She went with her left hand there, so you see her continuing to develop.
Well, that's flat dangerous then.
It is.
She'll have it on the near side. Will Schooler give way to Brune. Over to Herrera, had 2 first half threes. Brune on the deck. Pick it up. Shot missed badly by Hendrickson. Meter going to charge up the floor. Aubrey in a hurry. Now lost it. Ball knocked out of bounds. Lucky for the Broncos, it will stay with them. 27 seconds on the shot clock. 2:06 to go in the third. A pretty fluid game so far. Not a lot of stoppages. There's an inbound by Meter. Right? No, who made that?
No, that was Brackett.
Brackett, yeah. My bad. They got it into Brackett.
That's a Sydney Busher play. That's Sydney Busher special right there. Inbounds play.
Brune blocked by Herman. Shot up, though, on the putback. Is up and in. By Weehee. Broncos back with it. Holding out high is McConnell for Spring Hill. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Meter. She'll face against Herrera. 9 seconds now on the shot clock. McConnell over to Meter. Meter's going to have to press it. She'll fire one up. She's going to draw contact before the shot. I believe they'll call that on the floor. But it will reset the shot clock, I believe. And it's going to be called on Brune, her first.
I don't think it resets the shot. Nope, it does.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. It's the third on Brune. So she'll check out. Also back out goes Weehee. Shawnick back into the ball game with a brief break. Inbound. Here's a three from Meter on the way. Good. Boy, they needed that one desperately, and a big shot by the senior Aubrey Meter. She's got 5 in the ball game. 5 points, that is. Lead cut back down to 9. Ball knocked out of bounds into the game for the Broncos. Number 25, Brooklyn Gehring, 5'8" freshman. So if you keep a track, that's Gehring, Chesum, and Kylan Herman, all freshmen on the floor. On the floor of a team that finished 4th in 5A a year ago. And with one of the best players in the region on their team. They'll get to learn from one of the best. Backside, Schooler. There's the help defense they've been needing.
Yep.
Hendrickson now kick out and missed it badly on the 3 by Herrera. As good as she was the first 2. That one not as good, and another good defensive stand there by the Broncos.
Yeah, I think the Broncos will take that if they take that deep of a 3 there. That was good defense, good defensive possession.
Trim this down to 7 before the end of the third. You'll have yourself a chance in the fourth quarter. There's the entry pass to Brackett, denied. Shonick comes away with it. She'll bring it up the floor, working against Herman. Kick again, Schooler tied up. They let a lot of contact go, and then they don't. I thought maybe they would get a foul on the floor as they were reaching in there. They let her go ahead and take that shot, and that's where the foul came. Schooler, 12 third quarter points. She's got 16 for the game, and she's got a chance for an and one.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate there again. But you got to stop the ball. That's the thing that sticks out to me. You know, when Shonick's bringing that ball up the court, you gotta stop the ball because she is good enough. She will get to the rim, or she will find Schooler for an easy bucket, and that's what happened there.
Shonick will be out probably for the final 22 seconds here as Baldock comes in for her. Schooler able to complete the and one. Boy, with 40 seconds, I was hoping they would trim it down to 7. Instead, it's stretched out to 12 in that same amount of time. At the elbow, here's Rodden. Bounce pass last minute. Brackett can't handle. Got to track it down. Loose ball. That's probably a travel. Instead, it's out of the foot. It's a kicked ball. It's going to be in favor of, I don't know how that's the Broncos ball. That definitely should be out of bounds off of Spring Hill.
Yep. Well, he said for the Broncos, but then the Chieftains are standing there. I think that's probably the correct call.
Yeah, it is the right call. He pointed the wrong direction.
He did, yeah. That's what Coach Tuttle's saying right now is you motioned for.
Yeah, he's wrong.
He's getting educated there, I think.
Yeah. I'm upset that he's wrong. I mean, I wish he was right, but he's not right. And now they're right, doing the right thing.
If only we were in his ear.
Exactly, see? There's Herrera, that's a walk. If that goes down, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, got away with a walk.
45-33, rough one here for the Broncos with just 1 quarter to play. We'll see what they've got in store when we return. In 1 minute, you're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Here we go, fourth quarter. Broncos need a big effort here in the fourth. We'll see if they can get it. McConnell with it. Herman pulled the trigger on a three. Big three to get this thing started. Boy, that's about on theme with what Curtis and I were certainly talking about in between the break there. Getting Isla the ball, let her go to work. Going to have to get some shots through here in this fourth quarter. Get some stops as well. There's the first one. That was stopped by Madeline McConnell. She'll push it up. Herman on the right side. Now Meter for three. This would be huge. No good. Don't hate the take.
Nope, she had the shot. She was open. Good shot. Isla could have penetrated with that one as well, but you see some little shift to some pressure here, looks like, from the Broncos. Maybe just token pressure, but.
Here's 6'1" point guard bringing it up the floor for the Chieftains. Schooler had 13 points in that third quarter. That was huge for the Chieftains to keep this lead as the Broncos had kind of trimmed it down, and then they went. And there's Shawnick. When she does take it, it almost looks easy.
Yeah, Kaylin got out of position there, and then there was a lack of help defense there that cost the Broncos.
Adeline Herman for three. Or Kylan, rather.
Shot clock problem.
Not sure what they're going to do, though, who they're going to give the ball to.
Well, they whistled before Tonganoxie had possession, so I would think it would have to stay with the Broncos.
That's a break for Spring Hill, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
They do bring the shot clock down to 26 seconds. Sure. Meter to inbound from that far side. 6:51 to go in the ball game. Broncos down by 11. They need a little bit of a run, and they need a couple of stops, and they'll be right back in this thing. Inbound to McConnell. There's Kylan Herman. Give way to Meter. She'll try that three again from the top of the key. This one's no good off the heel again. Rebound pulled out of there by Baldock for Tonganoxie. Shawnick. Here's Herrera. They're going to be very patient offensively, as they should be, and that one nearly stolen away by Meter. It'll stay with the Chieftains. 21 seconds on the shot clock, 6:25 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, the Broncos are switching all the screens. Every screen on the perimeter, they're switching there. So,
Brackett saved herself.
Out of position there, but saved herself with the block.
6'1's pretty helpful. There's Herman with the take to the rim. A little continuation and lays it up with the right hand. She'll go to the free throw line for the and one as well. 16 points for Herman. Their average right now of the year is 18.8.
Well, that's a big part of her game. Like I said, she can create her shot, whether it's on the perimeter or going to penetrating, really whenever she wants to, whenever she needs to. And this is one of those moments where she's going to have to step up and continue to be aggressive like she was there.
And she will finish back. She's got a pair of and ones in the second half. 17 points for Herman. Will it be enough? We will find out here in the final. 6:08. Schooler, she's going to have to face off against Herman. Herman in her passing lane, and there is the defense. Nearly knocked out of bounds. Ooh, I think maybe Herrera got a hand on that ball.
Yeah.
They got a break there.
Back to that petition for Keisha.
Yeah. We could be New York.
We could be, yeah.
There's a steal by the Broncos. Another stop. McConnell, don't have to be in a hurry. Get the best shot you can here. That might be it right there. Meter will put it on the deck. She'll try to go in there. Lots of contact. Loose ball. Now they're going to call a foul. Who are they going to call that on?
It's on Meter for. She ended up on top of the other player. So it was a good decision by Addie McConnell there, though, not to push it. You kind of felt like she was just I'm going to the rim, but she backed it out, and still not a productive possession for the Broncos, but I think it was a better decision for the young player.
Meter with her first foul, team foul number 1 here in this fourth quarter as well. Get new foul rules here implemented last year. It was last year.
Yep.
With 5 fouls per quarter before you're in the bonus. No 1-and-1 anymore in basketball. There's Meter. Jumping the pass like a D-back. That's probably where I'd put her on the football field, too.
On the Buff Puff, I believe she was.
She covered some ground out there in the secondary. Here's Broom.
I had the pleasure of being the chain gang for that.
Outside Shonick. She'll drive. Help coming from Brackett. Herman dangerous with those 3 fouls, but needed to get over there and able to swat that one out and avoid the contact. It'll stay with the Chieftains, however, with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound deep to Schooler. They'll get the switch they wanted with Herman, and there's Meter. Ooh, Aubrey not happy about that foul, and I'm not either necessarily. I think it was good play there to get in the passing lane. Let them play a little bit. Meter will pick up her second. Team foul number 2.
Boy, I'm impressed by Schooler because last year she would not have been on the perimeter doing these types of things. She was on the block exclusively, and she has really developed a game, and that's exciting to see for the Chieftains.
Shonick, shot no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Herman. Isla going to bring it up the far side.
It's only an 8-point game, BJ.
Yep, still plenty of time here in it as well. From the elbow, Meter. Brackett, handoff. Here's Herman on the far side, near side rather. Brackett, turnaround, shot up, no good. Ball to be rebounded, and it is picked up by Shonick. No, that's Herrera. And here they come going the other way. Rebound stats are not going to be real favorable for the Broncos at the end of this one, and that may end up being the difference. Limited opportunities offensively. Herrera's got to track that one down. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for the Chieftains. Shonick, they get it to where they want it. Good look with 6 seconds. That's exactly what they want to do. And they did it. And a turnover by the Broncos.
Yeah, I think that's one of those that Addie should stay in the corner there. I think that's what the play, developing into the play hadn't started yet, so I think Coach is going to remind her to stay in the corner there before she cuts baseline.
Timeout, we'll keep it right here. We'll tell you, get our look at our area matchups. Area matchups brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. Elliott has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliott Insurance location near you. Learn more at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Busy night around the area on our network of channels as the Paola Panthers taking on the Ottawa Cyclones in a Frontier League tilt. Baldwin Bulldogs hosting the Lewisburg Wildcats in Frontier League play. Of course, we've got this one here tonight. Thursday, Lewisburg travels to Bonner Springs. We'll have that game on Varsity Sports Live. And then the Broncos back here on Friday to take on Baldwin. That may be a pretty good boys matchup, anticipated anyways.
Yeah, Baldwin Bulldogs, pretty solid.
Pretty good. They're 4A number 1 ranked team here early on in the year. Looking to take it in. There's Johnson, threw it away. That tight defense again. Here you go, Curtis. 408, 10-point game. I've seen a lot bigger leads trimmed down in 408, but you're going to have more of those, and you're going to have to finish on the other end of the floor.
Yep. Again, for me, it starts defensively. You got to get a stop, which we just did. Now let's see what we can come up with here on the offensive end.
Herman got a little separation. She'll look at one off the glass, no good. Knocked around, and it will go out of bounds off Brackett. Back to the Chieftains. Off that far side, Baldock, or rather Hendrickson. Hendrickson back with it. And threw it right to Brackett. Go. Had a chance there to run one. Meter will run with it. She'll get the contact, and Aubrey will go to the paint, go to the stripe rather, to shoot two.
Yep, she grabbed her right calf there a little bit when she fell. Doesn't look to have any repercussions, thankfully.
First trip to line here tonight for Meter, 10 of 16 on the year, coming in here 62%. And she'll knock down the first one. Meter with 5 in this ball game. 3 fresh bodies onto the floor for the Chieftains as Brune, Johnson, and Weehee come out. Baldock, Herrera, and Shonick into the ball game for the Chieftains. Missed the second one, did Meter. Here's a 3 by Baldock, no good. Big rebound, though, by Hendrickson for the Chieftains, and they should run some more time if they are wise. Herrera back around Baldock near side. Here's Shawnick. Kick. Good closeout by McConnell, and there's a steal by Herman. There's the stop. Thrown up for Meter. Got to get the points. Be under control. Meter trapped a little bit. Bracket around Herman. Herman, 3 on the way. No good. Forced that one a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think her feet were quite square for that one, but I was just looking at the Tonganoxie roster here. Those they have a 3-headed monster on for guards, and they're all small. Yet they seem to crash the boards, end up with every possession, every big moment seems to be with one of them having the ball in their hands. So it can be frustrating for the Broncos, but we're going to have to tighten up defensively here.
Shawnick working against Kylan. There's your defensive stop. Meter trying to get it, and Aubrey giving everything she's got. About took a header into the bench.
And I believe she would. She tenacity on defense is fantastic. You love her effort. You can tell she really cares. Looking for a big senior year out of her.
Into the ball game there defensively, Brooklyn Gehring for the Broncos. Throw it over to Shawnick. 2.5 to play in the ball game. Time dwindling away for the Broncos. 2 seconds, 1 second. There's a steal. Then they gave it right back to him. Herman can't come up with it. That's probably a foul on Isla, perhaps. No, I think they're going to end up getting Baldock on it.
No, they got
Isla. They got Isla on that one. Yep.
It's her fourth.
Again, that was be in a hurry but don't rush. That's what they say, and that was rushing a little bit. They had to steal. They got what they needed defensively, and then rushed a little bit on the offensive end of things.
Well, you have to be under control. That's the thing. You can't just you can't just run. You got to be able to possess the ball while you're doing that.
Here's Brune. Threw it away.
There we go.
And the defense has been there here the last few possessions. Really, they've tightened up and caused some turnovers. Just haven't been able to get it going the other end. But those that turned into points, this would be a 6-point game, maybe even less. They're going to do offense and defense, I think, a little bit down the stretch as Gehring goes out and Rodden comes in for the Broncos. Meter going to run the point for Spring Hill. She'll bring it up the floor working against Herrera. Meter, far side, wing. Dangerous pass. Somehow ends up in the hands of Kylan Herman. She missed it. And rebound pulled out of there, still to be determined. We'll see. They do get it. They fight for that one, and Schooler was wide open down the floor. They just had to hold on to it. They don't need any fast points. They just need time to run off the clock.
Yeah, see here, they're doing the smart thing. They're taking their time. They understand the shot clock and the game situation. You're going to have to start fouling here, I think, if you're the Broncos.
Shawnick. 3 from Brune. Could be the dagger. No good. Gonna have to score quickly here if you're the Broncos. Need a 3. Rodden. Kick. Kylan Herman. 3 on the way. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Schooler. Another one and done offensively for the Broncos. High percentage shot. Schooler add to her total, and Isla going to end up fouling out of this game.
Yeah.
One to remember for sure. They have kept Schooler a little quiet. That's her first point of the fourth quarter, but she had 13 third-quarter points that are end up being the difference in this one. Really, this fourth quarter, the Broncos are winning it on the scoreboard. It's even, actually. But the 13 points by Schooler in that third quarter end up being the difference in this game as they trail by 11, perhaps 12 with the free throws forthcoming. Trying for her third and one of the ball game as well. And she does complete that.
Yep, she's had a solid basketball game here. She's been a handful for the Broncos.
She'll end up leading the game in scoring by the time this is done, it looks like. Here's Harris, able to be strong with it. She'll draw contact, and Isabel will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Trying to get in the scoring column. Well, I would say you mentioned those guards, and if you look next to those guards' names, there's a 12 next to him. If you look next to the guards for the Broncos, there's a 9 or a 10.
Yep.
And that's the class they're in, and that's the experience level. And, again, I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but we saw this Tonganoxie team 2 years ago when they were freshmen, sophomores, and they were taking their lumps pretty big. And they have turned that in, and I put it all on Shawnick. I think the way she goes is the way they go. She's not going to probably have a huge offensive output unless she does, and then you're really in trouble. But she's kind of their catalyst and runs this offense pretty well. And when you've got 6-1 in the paint, this Tongi team's one to watch.
Yeah, and even Shawnick, not just offensively. Look at the rebounds that she gets and all the hustle plays. Broncos going to have to get back here.
And a steal taken away there by Gearing. The crack at 1:46 seconds to play. Got to get a shot off here. Ball knocked out of bounds. Loose ball, and another one gathered up by the Chieftains.
Looks like the Broncos are trying to foul here. Isla Melius is in the game for the first time. And a 5'5" junior.
Yep, she will check in quickly, pick up a foul to stop the clock here as Rodden will get ready to come in again, offense, defense.
I know last year Isla Melius really grew defensively. She was a big defensive player for the JV Broncos last year. So excited to see her get some minutes here.
Shawnick at the free throw line to shoot two. And she will miss the first one. 10 points, though, in the game for Shawnick. Baldock will check out. Missed them both. Loose ball picked out of there by Rodden. Rodden going to bring it up the floor as well. Bounce pass backside. Gets it to Gearing. Meter's going to have to try to track it down, and ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Broncos with 20.6 seconds to play. It's shot clock, game clock matched up, basically. Harris to inbound for the Broncos. Rodden for three. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Brune. She'll get tied up. Possession arrow in favor of Tongi, and they can pretty much run this one out.
Yeah, good hustle there by the freshman, Kylan. To tie her up.
Milas back in will replace Rodden. They'll get it into Shawnick. Meter going to foul her. Again, we're right back here on Friday to close out 2025 with the Broncos and the Baldwin Bulldogs. That should be another tough test for both teams on Friday night. And don't forget, coming up in just a little bit, after we wrap this one up, we will start to reset the scene and get ready for our boys' action. The Broncos and the Chieftains. Chieftains 1-3, Broncos 2-2 on the year after both teams playing in some early season tournaments. Schubert going to check in late, but a timeout going to be taken by the Chieftains. They'll take a full, we'll take a 30. We're back in 30 seconds to wrap things up here on the front side of our doubleheader when we will return on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Shawnick at the free throw line to shoot 2. She missed the first one, missed the second one. Only rough spot on her scorecard here tonight. Meter going to push it in, fight for that one. Shot no good. Loose ball. Schubert with the rebound, and that's the end of this one. Well, a learning opportunity is what we'll call this for the Spring Hill Broncos as they fall by 10 here to the upstart Tonganoxie Chieftains. Chieftains moved to 4-1 on the year, 2-1 in conference play. And the Broncos fall to 2-3 on the year and 0-2 in Frontier League play, defending Frontier League champions, the Broncos. And they are off to a rough start here in 2025-2026 season. But this early part of the season is all about trying to get yourself figured out for the second part of the season. We'll talk more about that as we kick off the Elliott Insurance postgame show. Again, final score here, 52-42, Broncos fall. We'll talk about it next on the Elliott Insurance postgame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Lewisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your first checking or...
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Welcome back out here on the Elliott Insurance postgame show. BJ Harris, Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo as we wrap up the first of 2 games here tonight. The Spring Hill Bronco girls dropping to 2-3 on the year, 0-2 in the Frontier League. Tonganoxie Chieftains moving to 4-1 and 2-1 with a 52-42 win over Spring here on the road. Broncos would lead in this game briefly early on, 4-2. It would be tied 4-4. They would lead 5-4, be tied 5-5, and then Tongi would take the lead 6-5. They would never relinquish it from that point. In fact, they would grow it to as much as 14 points at one point in the second half, 38-24, and just kind of kept maintaining that lead throughout it. A 13-point third quarter by Addie Schooler, really the difference in this one. She finishes with a game-high 20 for the Chieftains. Other scoring for Tonganoxie, 10 points from Alyssa Schoenig, but the things that she does, you mentioned it, Curtis, not going to always show up. They will show up in some stat sheets. They're not going to show up on our box score, but rebounds, loose balls, 50-50 balls, all those things, and then assists are likely pretty high for her as well. Baldock, 5 points, 6 points from Jalea Herrera, 4 points from Kaylin Weehee, 4 from Ashlyn Brune, and that 3 points from Adeline Johnson, that 3-point bucket she made early in the game. And the Chieftains had 52. For the Broncos, leading them tonight, Isla Herman, 17 points. She also did foul out of this game, and her fouling out will tell you that she is having to do more than she should have to do defensively. You expect her to get 18. She's averaging 18 points a game, 19 points a game. She had 17, but she's having to do way too much defensively, and that put her in the foul trouble, Curtis.
Yeah, Schooler's just a handful down there. She found herself, that's where she fouled out, I think, was down there on the block trying to guard Schooler there, trying to get a quick one. But, they ask a lot of Isla Herman, but she's got to accept that responsibility as well. She's senior leader, best player on the floor, but you got to give credit to Tonganoxie where it's due. Schoenig, just a fantastic game from her. Court vision really stuck out to me. She was able to find Schooler in positions where I mentioned this earlier. Last year, Schooler wouldn't have caught that ball. Right. So she's really developed in the offseason, so good for her. They got a good 1-2 punch there. So credit to them. The Broncos, it's just youth. You look at it, where are we going to get the scoring from? The defense was there at times. You could see it. Coach was comfortable enough switching all the screens and everything. So defensively, I think we're going to grow into it, but where are we going to get points from? And so, first half there, I think Kylan Herman had 7 points. So I'm thinking, okay, if she gets into double figures, and Isla gets her double figures and maybe Aubrey Meter gets into double figures, we've got it. Well, that didn't materialize in the second half. So that's going to be something we're going to have to continue to work on. And maybe they'll get some answers on Friday.
Yeah, Herman finished with those 7 points. You mentioned 6 points for Aubrey Meter in this ball game. And then 2 points apiece for Adeline McConnell, 2 for Isabel Harris, 2 for London Chesham, and 2 for Keely Rodden for the Broncos as they fall here tonight, 52-42, and drop to 2-3 on the year. Tongi moves to 4-1. And again, we're back at it on a Friday to host the Baldwin Bulldogs. Our pregame coverage will start around 5:45. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock in that game coming up on Friday to close out 2025. That'll do it for our Elliott Insurance postgame show. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back and start to turn our attention to the boys' game as the Broncos get ready to take on the Chieftains here tonight in the home opener from Spring Hill High School. You're watching it on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Find Whole Body Wellness.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance.
The best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Well, welcome back, everyone, out here to Spring Hill High School. Do apologize for the extended break there. We had a little computer issue that we had to get squared away, but I think we're back and ready to go here in the second half of our doubleheader as the Spring Hill Broncos get ready to take on the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Broncos at 2-2, 1-0 in the Frontier League. Spring Hill coming off a win over Eudora to kind of get things started in 2025-2026. Really a good victory, 72-51 over Eudora, and then went on the road at Emporia, fell to the host Emporia 44-49, beat Hayden Catholic. I think a pretty solid win there, 63-52, and then fell to Baserlin with 40-44. So you look at those two losses, Curtis, 5 points, 4 points in one, 5 points in another. That's pretty good for a Bronco team, again, 2-2, and you know, some hopes for this Bronco boys team. They've got a key player. They've got some contributors as well. And so looking at this season coming into it, Curtis, what's your overall thoughts on the Broncos and sitting here at 2-2?
Well, again, like you said, those two losses for a combined 9 points, that's just 2 or 3 possessions per game. So every possession matters. And I'm sure Coach Bouchard has been teaching that with the boys. So, this year, the thing that sticks out to me, again, de facto one, Jackson Bruce. Jordan Miller defensively, and kind of being the catalyst that gets us started into our offense. Brooks Byer on the block, and, the Henry Barnett, the transfer in from Shawnee Mission East, has been having a pretty good year for us so far. So looking forward to seeing him develop. There's a lot of talent, a lot of promise here on the boys' side, so I'm excited to see where we end up here as the season progresses.
Yeah. Looking forward to this one here tonight. Again, the Broncos at 2-2. Chieftains coming in at 1-3. Tonganoxie opened up with a loss 60-63 to Lewisburg. A close one there, and then went into that long road trip. I mean, you're in Tonganoxie, Kansas, and these are your 3 games: Scott Community, Garden City, and Lakin. It just keeps getting further and further away. I mean, it was literally progressed out there all
west.
The way to Lakin. If you're in Lakin, you're headed to Colorado. That's the facts there, and that's where we went through Lakin on the way to Colorado this summer, as a matter of fact. And so they fell there 85-71, 59-68. None of these are real lopsided necessarily, but had some good competition there. Did get the win over Lakin, 85-71. That's their one win. So coming off a win, Broncos coming off a loss. We'll see how that plays a factor in this one. Again, Spring Hill led, as you mentioned, by Jackson Bruce and his 13 points per contest. And other than that, for them, Henry Barnett, 10 points. Henry's able to shoot the ball from downtown in these first 4 games. Barnett is 7 of 15 from three-point range, and so he's not afraid to pull the trigger, 50% nearly from three-point range. And you take that all day long, so we'll see what the 3 has in store for them. We're going to take another quick break. We come back, we will be ready for first half action and the opening tip-off here from Spring Hill, the Broncos and the Chieftains. Coming up next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back out here to Spring Hill. They got the lights turned down, running through the starting lineups. Brooks Byer, the last guy getting into the ball game for Spring Hill. Starting lineup for the Broncos. We'll run through those real quick. For the Broncos, number 2, Jackson Bruce, 6'4" junior, mentioned that, averaging 13.5 points per night. Number 3, Jordan Miller, 6'3" senior. Number 5, Eli Hedrick, 6'1" junior. Number 31, Grant Gebhardt, a 6'2" junior. And number 35, Brooks Meyer, a 6'2 junior. For the Chieftains, it will be number 0, Luke Brewer, 6'6 senior. Number 5, Kipton Harder, a 5'10 sophomore. Number 15, Nolan McGuire, a 6'2 senior. Number 35, Owen Seba, a 6'4 junior. And number 23, Lachlan McRae, a 5'10 senior. Head coach of the Broncos, Connor Burchard. Head coach of the Chieftains is Casey Simmons. Opening tip-off, as always, brought to you by Dan the Taylor Man. We'll talk more about him in just a moment. And we'll get this one underway. I stood through a good chunk of that girls' game, but then trying to figure out a way to watch it from the seats. There's an early steal. Miller to finish. Good team defense. 3 cracks at it, nothing. 3 guys had a chance at it from point-blank range and just didn't get it to go through, but a good start defensively. And a reach in there by Hedrick for the Broncos. A quick early foul against Spring Hill. Be on the floor. It'll be Chieftain basketball here, just underway here in this one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they couldn't get the ball in the bucket there, but you like the effort. The fact that there was 3 of them that got down there after that steal was encouraging. Looks like Brooks Meyer just rolled his ankle a little bit.
Another steal. Miller with it. Hands off to Hedrick, and Meyer in a lot of pain as he will come off the floor. And that'll be a big loss for the Broncos. He's walking fine, walking okay. I think he's just gritting it out. Into the ball game for him to replace him will be Brennan Dubert. Brennan Dubert, 6'3 sophomore.
Looks like Brooks went directly to our famous trainer, Jamie, that everybody loves. Does a great job for the program.
Chieftains yet to really take a shot. They haven't been able to battle through this Bronco defense. Another turnover by Tonganoxie. It'll stay with the Broncos. Bruce looking to attack, elevate from the elbow. Good defense. Good place to be offensively, rather, on the rebound by Dupert. Not able to get it go back up, though, and it will go back to the Chieftains. Miller just tenacious defensively, and everything he wants to handle from Nolan McGuire. He'll get it back to McGuire. Close out there by Hedrick. No good on the take by McGuire. Rebound pulled out by Bruce, and here comes Jackson. Throw it up to Hedrick. To the corner for Dupert. Rather, that is Gebhardt. Gebhardt will fire away a deep one. Bruce and Miller both there, and I think that was last touched by Red.
No. That's an unfortunate call there. It was absolutely out by the Chieftains. But
it will go back to Tonganoxie with 6:24 to go first quarter. 2-0 Broncos early going to this one.
Kind of feel like both teams are just trying to settle in a little bit here, a little nerves or some anxiousness. Might got away with the travel there. But
Broncos putting some pressure on in the backcourt. They will break that press. The big fella get it to Luke Brewer. Up in front they go, and a little scoop-up shot no good on the take by Harder. And a rebound pulled out of there by the Broncos. Here comes Jordan Miller. Set it up. Hard pass down inside for Dupert. Up the glass in good. Brendan Dupert. The Broncos lead 4-0.
Good defense there by the Broncos. Another steal.
Backside Bruce. Left side with the right hand. Up in good. And it's a 6-0 run to start this one for the Broncos. And a quick timeout taken by Tonganoxie. Mentioned our opening tip-off brought to you by Dan the Taylor Man. Find the information about that fella. Thanks for supporting us, Dan. Highest quality suits and tuxedos. You'll look your absolute best for any occasion. I think Cade needs to go see Dan the Taylor Man before the Spring Hill Education Foundation Gala coming up in March. They've got the perfect fit guaranteed for about the cost of a rental. You could get a suit, a tie, a pocket square. Man, you would look good, and lifetime alterations as you grow into that man body you're growing into right now. Wedding, prom, or that black tie affair, call Dan the Taylor Man for a free consultation. 913-541-1192. You have to have that suit let out as you get older and older, Cade, and I'm afraid that's the way it kind of goes. Not you. You run too much.
Elastic is my friend.
Here's Brewer, the big fellow, with a big take, and he will draw contact. 6'6", and probably about 230.
That might have been too much information for our viewers there, so I apologize. Looks like Brooks Byer was back. He came back out on the floor there and was, during that timeout, was kind of moving around there, but I don't see him on the bench right now.
Brewer at the free throw line to try to get the Chieftains on the board, and he does.
The defense so far from the Broncos has been outstanding. They've been in the passing lanes, been aggressive, had several steals.
Second shot no good by Brewer. Rebound pulled out of there by Jackson Bruce. And Bruce will run the point for Spring Hill. So set the play up here. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Hedrick near side. Now Miller. Miller working closely against McGuire. This man-to-man defense for the Chieftains. Bruce near side. Looking to attack is Gebhards. Now Miller. And Miller lost it. Maybe got away with one there. He'll force one up. Shot no good, but Jordan will go to the free throw line to shoot two. And it kind of makes you, it's the lead by example kind of things. Jordan Miller, when you see him diving on the floor and really getting up into people's shorts early on in the game, it kind of makes everybody else go, I better play like that too, you know? And I think that helps catalyze this team a little bit defensively.
Yeah, that kind of energy is contagious for sure. You can make the same thing with Aubrey Meter from the girls team.
Exactly.
You know, the effort that she puts forth is outstanding, and it's
Good
contagious
call,
for all
folks.
the other.
And I don't have a clock anyways because of when everything restarted earlier.
Sorry for the technology issues here. Technology is great when it works, and not so great when it doesn't.
I will tell you it's 7-1. Broncos 5:06 to play.
So we got number 0, Henry Barnett in the game, and also Peyton McAvoy, senior 6'2" guard for the Broncos, making his debut.
Shot no good by Tonganoxie, and we'll worry about our scoring time a little bit later. We'll focus here. Nice take by Hedrick with the layup deep, getting some separation. The junior averaging 6.5 a game. He's got 4 to get things started here.
That was a tough shot.
9-1, 4:33 to play in this first quarter. Brewer gets the inbound, and in front of him trying to get in there is Henry Barnett, and it will be his first personal foul, team foul number 3 on the Broncos here in this first quarter.
Free throw's good. Tonganoxie. Another one here. 9-2 Broncos.
Second one by Brewer, up and good. Made them both. Brewer, the main output here for the Chieftains, all from the free throw line. They have yet to get a field goal halfway through this first quarter. That's the example of your defense right there. Bruce trying to get some separation. Working against Seba. Kick. Hedrick quickly around to McAvoy. Peyton had the bald head all last year. He's grown a full head of hair since then. Here's Hedrick, another nice take, contact, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Got a quick little first step, does Eli Hedrick, and he has maturated his way into the starting lineup here for the Broncos over the last couple of years, and now here he is starting.
Yeah, good attack there again. It was under control. Lost a little bit of control of the ball there, but you could tell, like, you know, he had the ball where he needed it to be and was able to draw the contact. Missed the first free throw. So Jordan Miller's about ready to come in the game for Hedrick here after the free throw. Missed a pair there.
Left some points out there to Hedrick. He's got 4 first quarter points. Chieftains back with it. Long two on the way in the first field goal of the ball game. Knocked down by Lachlan McRae.
Lachlan's a scorer. I've seen him in the club level games. When he gets hot, he's a pretty significant scorer.
Three on the way, no good, but there's Bruce with the rebound. Turnaround off the glass and good. Just quick back up by Jackson Bruce. He's got 4 first-quarter points after the miss by Dupert.
There's a lack of a box out there by Tonganoxie, and Jackson was able to capitalize.
Near side, McRae. He'll give way to Brewer. Good defense by McAvoy. Shot no good. Loose ball, though. Rebound pulled out of there. Bruce slaps down at it, and McGuire unable to make the bucket. Loose ball, getting picked up by Tongi once again. Here's McRae. He'll pull up from the free throw line. This one catches the rim, no good. And Brewer all over the top of Dupert, and Brewer will pick up his first personal foul.
Jordan Miller back in the game along with Brooks Byer and number 30 Braden Brenner in the game for the Broncos.
We got something now, buddy. Cooking with gasoline here.
A little motion offense here. Ball back in Bruce's hand, looking for McAvoy in the corner. Down to Byer on the block. Down to Miller. Good cut by number 30, Braden Brenner. Good look there by Jordan Miller to get the assist.
Quick in and quick bucket for Brenner. Another stop defensively for the Chieftains.
And Brooks Byer was strong on that rebound there. Good fake. Broncos unable to execute there. The Chieftains were generous enough to give it right back to us.
Well, I thought I had a solution, but I don't.
Grant Gebhardt's back in the game for the Broncos. That's all right, BJ. I got you.
You're doing great. Yeah, I'm just going to wait to the end of the quarter. We'll try to fix this up. 2:06 to go here in this first quarter. 13-5 Broncos in front with the basketball. Just under 2 now. Bruce will hand off. Near side for Gebhardt. He'll reset. Deep three from Jackson Bruce. No good, but a good rebound by Brenner. Kick. Near side Miller. Faced up one-on-one. He'll go in Bruce. Bruce quickly off balance, but what a nifty shot there by Jackson Bruce. If he's going to get that close, it's probably going up.
Absolutely. Wasn't square necessarily, but when you're good, you're good.
Quick bucket there by Tongi. No good, but a rebound pulled out. They'll get another crack at it. Lockman McRae, there's your score you talked about. He's got 5. All the field goals coming from him.
He's got a quick release. He can penetrate. He got his nose broke, I think, a couple of years ago, and he's been wearing the mask ever since.
Here's
solid player.
Byers' first take inside, good post move there, little fake with the ball, and then back the other way.
Was that the dream shuffle?
That was nifty as heck. I practiced that a lot. Never executed in the game though. It also didn't have anybody guarding me when I practiced it. So.
And you still missed the shot.
Still missed the shot. That's right. I'm the only guy that played Pee Wee basketball was told don't touch the basketball. Fouls can be called against the Broncos. Brenner. And he will pick up his first. Team foul number 4 on the Broncos here. 55 seconds to play first quarter. Broncos lead 17-8. It's the largest lead of the game now. Of 9. They've led by 8 a couple of times. Early going to this one. Do apologize with our score clock and scoreboard. We'll try to square that away here in the break. There's an easy steal, Bruce. 2-on-2 for the Broncos. Jackson. Scoop off last minute for Miller. Maybe just take that one, young man. But how about give one to your buddy? Miller's first field goal of the ball game. He has 3. 19-8. Now a double-digit lead for the Broncos.
Yeah, pretty unselfish play there by Jackson Bruce. But you almost kind of wish he'd take that. But Miller was able to finish it. So.
Good hustle again. Brenner diving in there to get in the pass and break that one up. Coach Bouchard excited to see it as well. And he'll go back with the tie-up to the Broncos with 30 seconds to play, 29.7 to be exact. In this first quarter, shot clock is turned off.
You know, I've seen, what do we have, 8 or we got a 9-man rotation so far for the Broncos, and the defensive intensity has not changed regardless of who's on the court. So That's encouraging to see.
Well, crossover Bruce. Byer was like, just take it, dude. He wasn't expecting that to be coming to him, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Coach Bouchard just wants to run the clock here and then get a good shot at the end.
8 seconds. 7. Bruce isolated, but Brewer deep three. Oof. That would have been awesome. Instead, they will get one off of the buzzer, but that's the end of the first. 19-8 your score. Broncos in front by 11 when we return. In 1 minute, you're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, HERS is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Here we go, second quarter action. Seba going to get on the board for the Chieftains right out of the gate in our second quarter.
Good look.
Another bucket by Jackson Bruce.
Offensively right now, the Broncos kind of getting whatever they want, so that's encouraging to see. Just as I say that, Nolan McGuire hits a three for Chieftains.
They went a long way in that first quarter without a field goal, and now they've had back-to-back field goals to begin this second quarter and another stop defensively, which they didn't have many of those either in the first quarter. Bruce has 8 in the ball game. Goes back on defense. DJ somehow managed to get our score and clock back up, so feeling pretty good. Curtis, I'll be honest
Jordan
with you.
Miller with the foul there.
Miller will pick up his first, team foul number 1 of this second quarter. And McGuire, back-to-back buckets to begin this second quarter. Targi not going to just go away. 21-15. Byer with the one for the backside block, no good. Here comes McRae. He's going to really press the issue. He'll pull up 10-footer right in front of Jordan Miller and Lachlan McRae. And Coach may want to think about taking a little break here. We'll see if he does. He's going to make him eat through it. Bouchard with a quick 11-point lead, trimmed down to 4, just like that here to start this second quarter. Broncos need a bucket. Bruce with it on the far side. They got some length to do the Chieftains, and Seba is out there on him, trying to match up. Byer around to Miller, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Get it down in there and shot up and good. Nice dish, nice finish, Gebhardt's. His first bucket of the ball game is a good one for the Broncos. 5:48 to go first half. 23-17 Broncos. Near side, he'll just pull the trigger on one, almost a look away on the 3 by Seba. And Seba and McGuire have come back to work here. They've got 10 points in this second quarter rather, and have pulled the Chieftains within 3.
Yeah, some lapses in defense there by the Broncos. That was a tough shot. He was guarded, but hit it nonetheless.
Quickly around near corner for Miller. Reverse Hedrick. He'll get a good look at a 3. Nice movement without the ball, but boy, just missed it all. And Sometimes that quarter will save you if you're a team. Things were all in favor of the Broncos. First time into the game for a pair of Broncos. And that will be number 23 for Spring Hill, Mikey Beck. And also checking in for the Broncos, number 32, Sam Harris. And the Broncos will get a stop defensively. Rebound pulled out of there by Byer. Up the floor they go in a hurry. Up in front to Harris. He gets tied up. And a foul going to be called just before that ball went out of bounds off his knee against the Chieftains. And they get on Seba, his first team foul number 1 of this second quarter. 4:50 to go in the first half. Broncos up by 3, but clinging to that. They led by 11 at the end of the first quarter. Here's Hedrick. He'll shake off his defender. He'll take one. Shot no good. Eli back there with it. Gets his own rebound. Give away to Beck. Beck will force one up and it'll roll in. Nice play there by Michael Beck.
Broncos seem to be crashing the boards well here. Some new players without varsity experience here, so we're kind of learning this as we go, but good effort by the Broncos there on that offensive possession.
I think this is going to be against Beck, and it is his first. Team foul number 2. Mr. Freegon delivering waters. He doesn't even know how desperate we might need for those. Caden can't drink his water. He's got to have his hands on the camera. Focus. McRae with it out high, working against Beck. Kick. Near side McGuire. He'll take it in the paint, gets tangled up. Bruce was there. Now elite closeout. McRae knocked around Brooks Byer. Swatted that one to himself. Big rebound by the big fella. He'll have it on the right side. He'll face up. Crossover. Pull up. That ankle's looking pretty good. Bruce with the clear and the finish. 6'4" athlete can make a lot of bad good sometimes, and that one was a nice cleanup by Jackson Bruce. Give away McRae. Good movement without the ball. That was good offense all the way around by Tongi. And McRae finished the play. He's got 4 second quarter points. Give him 9 for the ball game. Crashing in, Harris. And he lost it up in front court. Layup with the right hand, good. And there's your timeout. Coming, that's Kipton Harder, his first bucket of the ball game, and it's a 3-point game. This Tongi team is tenacious. 27-24, it's a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here again if you're just joining us. Bronco girls fell earlier tonight, 52-42. 20 points from Addie Schooler for the Chieftains. 13 of those coming in a third quarter that really put the Broncos in a hole. And then 17 points tonight from Isla Herman. 6 points from Aubrey Meter for the Broncos. And as they drop to 2-3 on the year and 0-2 in conference play, Broncos coming in here at 2-2 on the boys' side and 1-0 in Frontier League play. And this has been a game where the Broncos, I mean, they've led by as many as 11, including they led 9-1 at one point in this game. And then they led again 19-8 after one quarter of play. Had a little flurry down the stretch of the first quarter, but Tongi come back, started making some shots. Harris, Beck, Bruce, Peyton McAvoy, and Riley McAvoy on the floor for the Broncos. They're either brothers or they go to the same barber. Layup with Bruce, good.
Yeah, I don't think, looking at those two young men, I don't think there's any doubt that they are related.
McRae just left of the circle, way out high. He'll give way for Luke McRow. McRow, McGuire. Irish Hamlet there in Tonganoxie. That's what it's known for. And Beck going to reach in hard and get a hand on it. Just a little too aggressive perhaps there for Beck. He'll pick up a second personal foul. But then you got a Reichman and a Kolvich and a DeGrava. So throws off my whole Irish thing.
Yeah. Good effort, though.
Brewer will check out. So they'll have a little bit of less size on the floor for Tonganoxie with the 6'6" Brewer out of the ball game. Far side McRae. Give way to Seba. He's got it out, working against Harris. There goes man-to-man defense tight. There it is. Jordan Miller in the passing lane. There, he'll get it this time. First time, no. Second time's a charm. Miller. Now he needs help. Probably got away with the walk. Open look at one for Sam Harris. 3 on the way, no good. Got to follow your shot, young man. McRae comes out of there with the rebound. 29-24. Broncos up by 5, 2:15 to play first half.
Yeah, Sam Harris, he's not going to get a better shot than that. Just got to knock that one down. Good job down here defensively by Jordan Miller.
Seba take one hard. Rebound pulled out of there by McAvoy. Riley. Miller finds a little hole on the far side. He'll take it all the way to the paint. Kick back outside Peyton McAvoy. Here's Miller. Trying to work it down inside. Ball kicked out of bounds. Really wanting to try to work it in there to Riley. McAvoy had posted up. Riley 6'4" listed. Basketball roster, keeping in mind.
Are you saying you think that's embellishment?
Well, Peyton's 6'2" on the roster,
Yep.
and Riley's 6'4" on the roster. And I'm watching them, looking at them, and Peyton looks to be taller. So,
yeah,
I could be wrong. Could be perception here. I'm also 30 feet away.
Your depth perception might be off, as your age.
I'm elevated.
Yeah.
Got bad eyes. Been here all night. Minute 47 to play in this first half. Michael Grand, Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming your way. Peyton thought about a 3. He'll take one in there. Pushing, reach in. They got away with one there, I think. Now Miller trying to reach in there. Stolen away, though, by Brody Maslak. Far side, McGuire. He'll take it deep, kick. Now Seba spinning, walked. Yeah, where's that at? They're going to call a foul instead. They're going to count that good. And Seba's at the free throw line to chance here. Regardless, this second quarter certainly put Tongi right back into it by halftime, and that's all they could have asked for. Out goes Sam Harris. Back in comes Jackson Bruce. Also into the ballgame, Henry Barnett. Mentioned Henry in those first 4 games fired away 15 threes, hitting about 50% of them, and so I'd like to see some of that here in the final minute 24 of this first half. But Seba's at the free throw line to try to complete the and one, and he does. Seba 8 second quarter points for the Chieftains, and they have pulled themselves back to within 2, and maybe more here if they get a stop on defense. Long pass up in front, mishandled, and McAvoy got the interception but was headed out of bounds with it. It'll stay with the Chieftains with 1:11 to play first half. Inbound, kick out, 3 on the way. McRae, good, man. He has got 7 second quarter points, and Chieftains have their first lead of the ball game. Here with right at a minute to play in it, the first half. Broncos need a bucket desperately. Bruce, he'll throw it out for Barnett. He'll try to make some separation, not able to do so. He'll try to dump it inside. Good look. Riley McAvoy got a finish, not able to do so. Peyton will come out of there with it. He'll fire away. They should have reset the shot clock, but it didn't matter. Peyton McAvoy for 3. A big, big shot for the Broncos. They needed that one desperately. Back in front by 2. Could be the final possession of the first half. We'll see. They stripped it out, and it should have been a player control foul and out of bounds by that player touching it.
Yeah, Peyton took a shot, too. Good effort on his behalf.
Dump off to Bruce. 8 seconds to play in the first half. They'll double him, and now foul going to come, and that will be out of bounds with 3.6 to play. Foul's going to be called on McRae. I believe that's his first. Team foul number 2. Byer will come in. Hedrick will come in. Out goes McAvoy and Miller with 3.6 to play. Hedrick to inbound. Nearly stolen away. Hedrick will get a decent look at one off the back iron and no good. After leading by 11 after one, the Broncos will cling to a 2-point lead as we head to the break. Plenty to talk about here on the halftime show when we return. We will recap this first half, get your halftime scoring totals, look back at that girls game a little bit, and look ahead perhaps to Friday's contest with the Baldwin Bulldogs. All that and more coming up on the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, coming up right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Looking at the winners of the contest that was taking place out here on the court here at halftime. A little fun at halftime. We are in the midst of it. Brought to you by Michael Grant, Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's been the halftime show sponsor since the day that Spring Hill Sports Live became a thing, and we appreciate his support. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill. Or if you miss them on Main Street and you get to the end of the block, just go around the block and come back around. You'll hit them eventually. It's not that long of a Main Street, so you'll find them, I'm certain. And if you can't get them in person, go call them at 913-592-2336. And Curtis, we'll get to the numbers here in just a minute, but your overall thoughts on that first half. You know, first quarter, he talked about the defensive tenacity in that first quarter, but that waned dramatically in the second quarter, and it shows on the box score.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is Tonganoxie started hitting some shots.
Yeah.
They kind of woke up offensively in the first quarter. They looked like they couldn't get any footing, which made our defense look outstanding. Second quarter rolled around, and I think they outscored us 22-13 in that second quarter. Hit several threes there. Lachlan McRae hit some. Number 35.
Yeah, they had 3 threes in that third quarter. McGuire, McRae, and Siva all hit threes. And that was after McRae had a 3 in the first quarter, but they went all the way to about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter before hitting a field goal. Yeah. They only had 2 field goals in the first quarter, and in the second quarter they would have had 6, 8, 9 field goals compared to just 2 in the first quarter. And so that was a big flip. Broncos are going to have to find an answer on the perimeter with them a little bit. And for the Broncos, you mentioned outscored 22-13. Their offensive production went down dramatically. Jackson Bruce evened his totals in each quarter, but they started to really double him and get more bodies on him. And so the Broncos, who else is going to be able to hit their shots? Let's take a look at our halftime numbers here to mention the Lachlan McRae for the Chieftains. He is tying this game lead right now with 12 points, including a pair of threes. In that first half, 8 points for Owen Seba, 3 points for Luke Brewer, 2 points for Kipton Harder, and 5 points for Nolan McGuire, including one of those threes in the second quarter. For the Broncos, Jackson Bruce leads the way with 12 points at the break. And then after that, lots of guys getting their opportunities and getting on the scoreboard. So good spread. Anybody can kind of shoot and score, but got to have more. As 4 points for Eli Hedrick, all in the first quarter. 3 points for Jordan Miller, all in the first quarter. 2 points for Brendan Dubert, all in the first quarter. 3 points from Peyton McAvoy. That 3 bigger than you would think, as it broke the tie, put the Broncos back in front here right before the break after Tongi had grabbed the lead on the 3-point bucket by McAvoy. 2 points for Mikey Beck, 2 points for Braden Brenner, 2 points for Grant Gebhardt, and 2 points for Brooks Beyer to round out the scoring for the Broncos. Again, at the break, 32-30 is your halftime score. Girls fell earlier tonight by double digits as they dropped by 10 to a really good, improved Tonganoxie team. We'll talk about that. Get you set for second half action. We'll return 2 minutes. You're watching Bronco basketball on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Good looking at the student section as we wrap up the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. To be Bronco basketball as we get underway here in the second half of this one. The Broncos and the Chieftains here at Frontier League Tilt, home opener for Spring Hill. Back at it on Friday. Here's a three by Bruce to try to get things started off, and that's one of the more random threes you'll have a hit. Is that hit the heel and almost stopped, but it's a big three to get things started. He's got 15.
Turnover there, Grant Gebhardt with the layup.
Gebhardt's right back out. It's the Broncos out of the locker room, about as good as you could have asked him to. Stretch this lead back out to 7 after it had gotten trimmed down. And quickly back down to the big fella Brewer, who lays it up and in. He's got 5. Down low, Hedrick going to force one up, but he's able to get that careen off the glass. Hedrick has 6 points in the ball game. To the corner, 3 on the way by Harder, no good. Good rebound pulled out there by Hedrick and then stolen right out of his hands by Seba. A little thievery, and the Broncos turnabout's fair play. And Bruce says slow down just a hair, let's set up the offense. A rapid first minute of this second half. Brooks Byer, he'll pull a trigger on a 12-footer and drop it. Confident shot from the big fella.
Yeah, good soft touch there by Brooks Byer. I don't see him shooting shots like that, but it was a good shot.
Broncos led by 11 after 1. The lead got trimmed all the way down to 2. And actually, Tonky took the lead, I should say, in that second quarter. After outscoring the Broncos 22-13 in the second, but now the Broncos have stormed out of the locker room here to start this second half. Hedrick for 3, no good. Byer just too strong. Brooks not going to be denied, and they get it right back. Brewer does. Brooks was feeling 6'6" after getting that block. Other end of the floor, though, Seba with the lay-in and good.
I don't know the message at halftime from Coach Bouchard, but it was a motivating one.
Miller, backside Bruce, moving without the ball. They lost him. Jackson missed it. Rare missed money. I think he was surprised to be as open as he was. Byer tangled up down low. He'll pull the trigger on one. No good, but a good pass. Hedrick, I'm not sure if that caught iron, but there's a lot of contact. They are leaving him short. That ball will not go in. Jordan Miller going to get tangled up. It's going to be a jump ball in favor of Tonganoxie.
Yeah, Grant got knocked to the ground. No foul call.
The lid was on that bucket, too.
Yeah, the Broncos have had several possessions where they've had the easy ones and just not been able to finish. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him here.
The game started that way with 3 tip-ins right at the rim that never went in. Quickly up the floor they go in a hurry. Luke McRow. Brewer drugged that foot. That's not legal. Here's a 3 by and over the backboard. Pretty sure that's not legal either. Yeah, that ball went over the backboard. Yeah, what were you 3 watching? I mean, the possession continued for a little bit.
Yeah.
After I said it should have been done. Well, I think we've made a heck of a case for what we brought up earlier tonight. I think.
Amen.
I think it would really affect the whole outcome of the game significantly. Here's Bruce on the near side. Check that baseline. McGuire's done a pretty good job against him when they've been soloed up. But there's some help defense. Let's keep an eye on number 2 as well. Backside, nobody's watching Hedrick, though. And another one, just bunny close up, just not able to get it to go through. Byer nearly stole it away, and it's going to go out of bounds off the Chieftains.
It's a great pass. Good look there. Just, again, couldn't finish.
Mason Dodson going to check into the ball game for Spring Hill. Hedrick out. Also out of the ball game for the Broncos, Gebhardt. Mikey Beck checking in also. Up the floor they go. Byer getting in that passing lane. They're going to say it's out of bounds. Turnover caused by Brooks Byer.
Defensive pressure is paying some dividends here for the Broncos.
Mason Dodson. Here's Beck. Good look at Miller. How about a three from Byer? No good. Rebound Bruce. Turnaround jumper. Good. That is a nice looking shot when he can elevate and look at one. Bruce has 5 here in the second half. He's got 17 for the ball game. And a timeout taken by Tonganoxie. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco basketball. (43-34), 9-point lead for the Broncos. They led by as many as 11 in this game. Burst out of the locker room. Tongi's held serve a little bit since then, and now a foul going to be called.
Yeah, double team there. You can't let the offensive player split your double team there. So we're quite in good position there. But
they go Mason Dodson for the foul. It's the first time I've ever seen Mason not in a football uniform, and you can tell why he's such a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah,
he is a ball full of muscle. McRae will hold out high, working against Bruce. Again, man-to-man, and Brewer going to get called for that one. I mean, I saw that one. I look back there. Brewer getting a little frustrated. 6'6" was getting frustrated by 5'9", and that's being pretty generous, I would suspect.
Yeah, I think so. But again, Dodson's just leaning on him, pushing on him, making him work, and he got the big guy frustrated. So smart defense.
Brewer will check out. 2 fouls. Also out of the game goes Luke McRow for the Chieftains. In comes Jack Reichman, along with Bodie Maslak for Tonganoxie. Here's Dodson, top of the key. He'll kick Bruce, left side. Byer show a screen. He won't use it, really. Dump it off inside to Brooks. Brooks working, just beef. Shot no good. Miller there, the rebound. That one no good. How many up close shots can we miss in one quarter of basketball? They're trying to test that. I mean,
there's been 10 for the game, at least. I mean, 10 or 12.
In this quarter, though, I mean, we've had at least 5 tip-ups there, 6 tip-ups right there at the rim that just have not gone through. Broncos will keep it, though. New shot clock with 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Throw it in deep to Byer. That was good defense there, but able to find it. Brooks tracks it down, open a look at one. Miller, 3 on the way, no good. There's Beck. Beck's put back is good. Finally, a close-up shot by Mikey Beck, and his first bucket of the second half. Quickly up the floor. And a stop by the Bronco defense after a missed bucket. 45-34, matching their largest lead of the game. Beck. Here's Bruce holding near side. He'll push his way through there and get tangled up. Of course, that shot will go. But it's going to be before the shot on the floor. Foul called against Brody Maslak. His second. Team foul number 2 here in this third quarter. Just under 3 to play in the third. Brooks Byer going to sit down. In comes for Spring Hill, Brendan Dubert. Inbound to Dubert. Here's Miller. That was a dangerous passing. Got tipped by McRae, and now a jump ball that's going to be in favor of the Broncos. Not the inbound play you probably wanted to run right there. Brewer going to come back in. Broncos need to go right back at him. He's got those 2 fouls. Quickly out goes Maslak. Good movement, just wrong place, but there's Dodson. He's in the right place. That one's no good. Loose ball. Tracked down by McRae for the Chieftains. To Brewer. Coach fired up about something. I must have missed that. There's a steal. And there's not a steal. McRae comes away with it. And a timeout quickly taken by Coach Simmons. And he takes a full. We'll take it along with him. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Bronco basketball at Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Both my older sons have come through Strode Orthodontics. It's reasonable, it's been easy to make appointments and to follow through. Adam has finished the process and they've been fabulous for following up and making sure his retainers fit correctly. My younger son, Lucas, just started at 13. I would highly recommend Strode for anyone considering it. Starting the braces process, they'll tell you what's going on and make it easy, not scary, well-informed. It's nothing you can't handle.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
2:31 to play in the third quarter. Broncos lead by 11, 45-34. But this Tonganoxie team has shown a propensity to be able to shoot that deep ball and get back into games. They had a long run in the second quarter. So the Broncos got to watch out. McRae's been one of the guys that does it for him. He missed that one, though. Rebound pulled out of there, though. Another chance by Harder. Here's McRae with it. Fresh shot clock as well. Looking to take is McGuire. He gets stopped. Good defense by Miller. And the Broncos play tight that time. Up in front for Miller. He'll attack. Beck. Back outside Dodson. Here's Bruce. Enough room for him. That was beautiful. And we were looking right down Broadway on that one. Bruce with 8 second-half points. He's got 20 for the ball game. And the biggest lead of the game now for Spring Hill is where it's at right now at 14.
Yeah, I think Coach Simmons is going to say if you're going to be that close to Jackson Bruce and he has the ball in his hand, you better get a hand in his face.
He thought the same thing and said, I'll just take it. Bruce again, kick. Here's Beck. Now to Dotson on the near corner. Moving out through. Dubert lost it. Miller back, right place, right time. Miller probably got away with a walk there. Back over to Bruce. Not the best at identifying the continuation. I sometimes miss that. Here's Dotson. Now Miller. Scoop off Bruce. Good night. I mean, ripped to the ground. You would see that if there were mats on the floor out here with big circles in the middle of them. That's what they do there. They grab people and they throw them to the ground.
Yep.
But this is a different winter sport that they're participating in right here. The Broncos will get the benefit. I don't think that's correct either. I think it was out of bounds. It was out of bounds off the Broncos, but they will keep it.
And 2 seconds on the shot clock.
It's a catch and fire here. McAvoy back to him. They will pull the trigger, get a decent play on it, but that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah. Couple of questionable officiating there, but
the idea is freedom of movement. And if you can't come through the lane and you're getting contacted, that's not freedom of movement, and that's a foul. So we'll see how that plays a factor. We'll keep our 14-point lead, be happy with it here under a minute to play third quarter. A throwaway by Tonganoxie.
Good defense. Again, now the defense, the Bronco defense is now extended beyond the three-point line again. They haven't established the inside game. Tonganoxie hasn't here really so much in the second half, so Broncos able to take advantage.
A good first quarter and a really good third quarter here for the Broncos. Going to have to put one more together in the fourth. Here's McAvoy. Miller. Thought about Dupert. That one nearly stolen away. I think that was touched by Hedrick last.
Yeah, it was.
Well, he missed another one.
We'll take it.
Hedrick to inbound, 21 seconds. Beck. Give away to McAvoy. Hedrick, good lane to the rim there. Up and under. No good. Miller, put back, good. Jordan with an offensive rebound and a putback. Miller was 5 points in the ball game. Broncos lead by 16.
Oh, there's a walk. They got him that time.
And a turnover on the Chieftains. Bruce.
Yeah, Seba with the travel there, drug his foot.
Bruce back in. He'll replace Beck. "13 seconds to play in the third. McAvoy pumping. Now back to Miller. Miller, contact again. Dupert, more contact, and Bruce to flip one up there. I just don't know what it would take to draw a foul, I guess. I need to go back and look at the rule book and see what amendments they've made since the last time I watched a basketball game. We're back in 1 minute. Broncos with a commanding lead here in the third. We go to the fourth after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Here we go, fourth quarter action from Spring Hill, home opener for the Broncos. In control as we head to the fourth quarter. Brewer with it down low for Tonganoxie. You get that big fella that low, you want him to go up with it. Not able to do so. He'll get the rebound, though. Brewer trying to work his way in. Good defense again by Spring Hill, but then stripped away again by the Chieftains. And they'll get another possession out of this one. Outside Seba, he'll take it. Good move to the rim, but no good. Miller there with the rebound, and Broncos will fight to keep this board in their possession. Hedrick with it. Give way to Bruce. 20 points in the ball game for Jackson Bruce. McAvoy, deep three, he can do it, and he does.
You can't leave him that open for sure.
He had perhaps the biggest shot of this game that stemmed the tide and got the Broncos a lead back. For the first time, they had lost the lead. The McAvoy three gave it back to them. They have not relinquished it since that point. Broncos outscore the Chieftains 18-4 in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's good to see Peyton on the floor there. He had an injury scare there from football. Wasn't sure of his availability, but he's back on the hardwood and looks good.
There's Brooks Byer in the passing lane and another steal by him. He's got a couple of them in this game. Yeah, Peyton gives him a matchup issue on the perimeter. He's got some size and he's physicality, but he can shoot that three and he can play defense, and he's going to step into another one. How about it? Yep. Another three-point bucket by Peyton McAvoy. Back-to-back triples for Peyton.
And he doesn't need any space to get it up. He can. His release is lightning quick.
Bruce gets it stolen away from him, then out of bounds. Good hustle there by the Chieftains, Luke McRow. Otherwise, that was going to be a dunk. And will stay with the Chieftains with 6.5 to go here, third quarter, now in full control. Again, this was a game where Tonganoxie grabbed the lead with a minute to go in the half, 30-29. And since that point, the Broncos have outscored them 26-5. McAvoy, why not, boys? Feeling froggy.
Going to have a heat check.
Here's Bruce. Good move. Gets it stripped, though. No, good defensive hands there by the Chieftains. McRae going to try to get the run out. And I thought they weren't going to call that. Well, at least it would be consistent. McAvoy, good to just step in front of that one, keep the easy run out. He's got fouls to give. That's just his first.
Yep.
Team foul number 2 here in this fourth quarter. 6:17 to go in the ball game. Broncos trying to get the split tonight here in the home opener with the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Girls fell earlier tonight, 52-42. In a game I can't wait for them to play again, even though it'll be on the road at Tonganoxie. I'd like the Broncos to have another crack at this Tongi team. Bruce, Hedrick, one extra dribble too many. Barnett for 3, no good. Trying to tip it back in was Jackson Bruce. Loose ball picked up by Tonganoxie. Brewer running with it. Step back by Harder. 3 good. Big shot there by Kipton Harder. Just his second field goal of the ball game. But it does stop a long run for the Broncos. It started as a 15-0 run. It started back in the third quarter by Spring Hill. Bruce to Byer.
Good
little bunny, good. Nice finish as well by Brooks Byer. He's got 6 for the ball game.
That's fundamental basketball right there. They teach it at all levels. Well executed.
Step around McRow. Now McRae from deep. I'm going to get some McDonald's after all this mix here in this one. McAvoy's. He'll have another one. How about it? 3 for McAvoy. Oh, I was getting a Big Mac if he made it. And he rims out, but he has got 9 points in this ball game, all from deep. Just under 5 to play in the ball game. Caden got all fired up about that McDonald's talk, I can tell. Wait.
I don't even know.
I mean, he didn't go out of bounds on his own. The ball didn't just go out of bounds. It went out of bounds after he got rolled out of bounds. You better protect yourself here in this game. What'd Mama say? Can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. There's karma right there.
There we go.
Sports gods, speak
you got
up.
That one right.
The judgment by the sports gods say Bronco ball. Sports gods have not been very good to us lately, have they, Caden? They have not. We're trying to recover. So far, so good for the Broncos, though. Out high, controlled by Gebhardt. He'll give way. Back to Brenner. Now Hedrick. Hedrick baseline, clears his own. That's a nifty little move there by Eli Hedrick. And I think he recognized the matchups, and all he needed to do was get by the first guy. Loose ball. Byer on the floor with it. Brooks will get it. And they're going to get a foul on Brewer, I think. They do.
Yeah, Byer was trying to call a timeout there, but he got fortunate enough to get the foul call.
I thought they were going to get him for a travel rolling over with that, but
Tonganoxie's tried to call a timeout.
Coach Simmons wants a timeout. It's a full 4:18 to play in this ball game. Broncos in full control. And we'll just take a 30. We'll be back right after this on Spring Hill Sports Live. .409 to play now here in this fourth quarter. Tons of contact, and Brenner knocked off his pins, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. We have not had very many free throws in this game. the Broncos have shot they have shot 2 free throws. Eli Hedrick shot 2 free throws in the first quarter. Those are the last free throws the Broncos have shot. Is that accurate?
That's hard to believe.
I think it's accurate. I do a pretty good job because everything's stopped at that point. I do a pretty good job of tracking that stuff.
That's hard to believe.
I'll check with my partner next to us here on our sister channel, Tonganoxie Sports Live. But Brenner knocks down the first one, misses the second one. Rebound pulled out of there. Brenner has it back in his hands. And then they lost it. And now they're just trying to – Broncos are kind of trying to play the same way, and they'll call contact that far away from the basket. Gebhardt picks up his first. Team foul number 3. Just midway point of this fourth quarter. Roman Holthouse going to come into the ball game. Brewer checks out. Out goes Hedrick. In for the Broncos comes Gabe Sanderson. Out goes Byer. In for Spring Hill comes Brady McCormick. So some guys getting some playing time here. There are seniors on the floor for Spring Hill. Catch McCray. Working tight against Sanderson. Good defense. 3 on the way, no good. The loose ball. Just bodies hitting the floor, and that's what's going to come out of this one. Just kind of get away with playing pretty physical.
Yeah.
There's shot to take off the glass and rolls it in. Nice move there by Brady McCormick. Quick minutes, quick score. And lost out of bounds. Oof. I think they're going to get a foul reach in on the Broncos. Number 12, Gabe Sanderson. Pick up his first personal foul, team foul number 4 on Spring Hill. That one's all well off the mark. Knocked around and out of bounds off of the Chieftains. It'll go back to Spring Hill with 3:15 to play in this ball game. Brenner with it. He'll bring it up the floor for Spring Hill. Roll it out to Sanderson. He'll pull up, blocked, but a foul. Yep, contact there by Kipton Harder.
A couple free throws here for Gabe.
For what it's worth, looking at the other score sheet, they had only attempted 5 free throws when I pointed that out about the Broncos too. So, I mean, they have let them play. It's been questionable at times, perhaps, that they should have been. But it will be Gabe Sanderson sitting to the free throw line. Broncos are going to have, 10 to 12 guys in the scoreboard when it's all said and done, which is exactly what you want. Riley McAvoy back into the ball game for the Broncos. Loose ball off of the Chieftains. Luke McRow lost it. Inbound for Sanderson. He'll bring it up the floor for the Broncos. Boy, there were years not that long ago when depth was a significant question for the Broncos. I don't think depth is going to be the issue here for Spring Hill. You're not always going to maintain exactly the same quality, but how about this one? Here's a 3, just missed it, but a foul going to be called against the Broncos on the rebound. But if you can roll 12, 13, 14 guys out on the floor, if nothing else, if you don't have a huge drop-off, you keep your number ones fresh for a long game. And, I mean, everybody seems to be certainly understanding the defensive philosophy is what we talked about throughout this game.
You're stealing my thunder. That was my post game.
Okay. Gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Well,
great
with
minds think alike.
Almost a 20-point lead and 2.5 to play. We're in post game, brother. I know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, it's it's a little uncharacteristic of Bouchard to go this deep. He's historically kept a little bit shorter bench, but like you mentioned, we haven't seen a drop off. There's been 10 players that have played significant minutes tonight. We got a couple coming in here towards the end that haven't, but he's been 10 players deep for sure, which is unusual. But again, the defensive intensity and philosophy has been there all night for the Broncos.
Foul going to be called against Tonganoxie. Picked up there on Holthouse, and that's without Henry Barnett, who came into this game as the second leading scorer with 10 points a game, knocking down 50% from three and on 7 of 15 shooting. And he has shot 1-3, has not been a factor in this game, but that would be a nice one. Here's a 3, no good. This time jump, loose ball, to be determined, still to be determined, still picked out of there by Holthouse. He'll whip it up in front court to Harder, who lost it. And that's going back Spring Hill's way with 2:07 to play. Again, join us back here on Friday. Our pregame coverage set for around 5:45. Tip-off at 6 o'clock as the girls and boys welcome in the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll have that game for you, both games for you, here on Spring Hill Sports Live. That'll close out our 2025 coverage of the Broncos. Good continuation move. Boy, I wanted that one to go badly. Shot up no good on the putback by McAvoy, and tie up in favor of the Broncos. So they'll keep it here with a minute 52.
Just a lot of simple shots we've missed here tonight. Think of what the score might be if we hit half of those.
Yep.
But the effort's there, so good things will happen over time.
Inbound, get it to McCormick. Deep kick outside. Here's Brenner.
I got to point out, though, that, we've got the end of our bench in here right now, and they've still got their starters, and we're still attacking, being aggressive, getting steals, getting rebounds. So that leads some credence to what we said earlier about not being a lot of drop-off. It's a good effort here by the Broncos.
Braden Brenner at the free throw line to shoot 2 once again. He's 2 out of 3 on the night now from the stripe as he knocks down the first one. Second one's on its way and good. 5 points rather for Brenner. Another stop by the Bronco D. Here's McAvoy not watching at all. He checked that guy too and didn't account for him. He's the guy in the big red jersey right behind you. Here's McRae. Little runner with the right hand, rattles it in. Lachlan had 12 at half. That's his first bucket of the second half, and that's all you need to know about how things have gone for the Broncos, or for the Chieftains rather. Sam Harris, kick out, 3 from the top of the key, high arching shot, nailed it, Brady McCormick. He's got 5 points here in this fourth quarter. Broncos have hung 70.
Yeah, McCormick's come in, been instant offense.
This was a 2-point game at halftime. And the Broncos have outscored the Chieftains in the second half 38-10. And that 30 points puts it on a running clock as well. I didn't see it going like this when we come out of the locker room. It was 32-30 at halftime. Chieftains led with a minute to go in the first half by 1. That's their only lead of the night. And they held on to it just for a moment, and I circled it here on my scorecard, that 3-point bucket by Peyton McAvoy. I circled it when it went down, and it's still relevant because if it had been a deficit at halftime, who knows how this second half goes. Broncos, Harris loses it. McRae, 12 seconds. Just don't foul here. That went off the head of Brenner. McRae going to fire one. That one's got partially blocked, I think. Loose ball. This one will end on the ground in a scrum. How about those Broncos? 70-42 over Tonganoxie. A tale of two halves for sure. Really just a quarter there, which we can talk about, but the rest of it much more fun to talk about here as we roll on through and close out our coverage here tonight of the Broncos. 70-42, Spring Hill wins it over Tonganoxie. Spring Hill moves to 3-2 on the year and 2-0 in Frontier League play. The Chieftains fall to 1-4 and 0-2 in the conference. We'll talk about it next as we kick off the Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. We'll talk about that girls' game as well, get Curtis's final thoughts on tonight's doubleheader, and reset the scene as we come back on Friday for the Broncos and the Bulldogs here on Spring Hill Sports Live. The Elliott Insurance post-game show starts next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
As a 50th birthday present for myself, I went ahead and chose to get myself braces. I had braces when I was a kid, and I had not done the whole retainer routine that I was supposed to, and my teeth had gotten out of whack. So Strode Orthodontics was highly recommended to me. I came down here and immediately was impressed with the professionalness of the staff, as well as just the kindness and the happiness and the joy that's in this office. I knew that this is the place that I wanted to come. It had to be a good place, and this was a good place.
Played 15 people.
Welcome back in here as people file out of the Spring Hill High School gymnasium. Beautiful facility here at Spring Hill High School as the Broncos split tonight with the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Girls fell earlier tonight, 52-42. Boys just rolled 70-42. A second half that the Broncos just dominated in this one. What do I have? 50? That's 50. So they had 20 in the fourth. Broncos outscored the Chieftains in the second half 38-10 after holding on to just a 2-point lead at the break, 32-30 at halftime. But, boy, poured it on them. We saw it right out of the gate, Curtis, as the Broncos just started firing away. Jackson Bruce had a pair of threes early on in that third quarter and really set the tone for the offense, and then they just poured it on them down the stretch of that game.
Yeah, the second half started very much the way the first half started. The first quarter there, the Broncos kind of came out and punched Tonganoxie in the mouth and got a 9-point lead. But I expected in the third quarter, like the Chieftains responded in the first half. I expected them to, kind of get their feet underneath them again, get settled in, and that never happened. The Bronco defense remained exceptional throughout that second half, and the scoring there is just crazy to think that 10 points in the second half?
10 points in the second half. They had 4 in the third quarter. They had 6 in the fourth quarter. And, those are unofficial, certainly. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. All that math adds up accurately. And so the Broncos, doubled them up in the fourth quarter alone for what they had in the second half. And so pretty good output all the way around for the Broncos. 10 guys in the scorebook, only 5 for Tonganoxie as well. So we talked about depth throughout the broadcast, and that showed up as well. Final scoring totals, Lachlan McRae with 14 points, 10 points for Owen Seba. Only 2 guys at double figures for the Chieftains. 5 points for Luke Brewer, 5 points for Kipton Harder, 5 points for Nolan McGuire for Tonganoxie. For the Broncos, leading them and leading all scorers, Jackson Bruce, 20 points in 3 quarters of play. He did not play much in that fourth quarter and didn't need to, and he finishes with 20. That, I think, is a season high for him. And other than that, 10 guys in the scorebook, nobody else in double figures. And this is my 24th basketball season as a broadcaster, and I've talked to a lot of basketball coach, and their number one thing when they're watching film is you got to find who that number 1 guy is and shut him down. And if you can make him work on their number 2, you got to shut them down. It will be hard-pressed, I think, watching this team play all season long to figure out who that number 2 is going to be, because it's going to be dealer's choice for who's got the hot hand and who might be available. Eli Hedrick, Peyton McAvoy. We didn't really get to see Henry Barnett tonight, but he obviously can shoot the ball a little bit. Any of these guys, Brooks Byer could have a game I could see where he's got 15, 16 points down low when they got established that. So preparing for the Broncos is going to be tough. You're going to have guys who can kind of play a lot of different roles to be able to identify, put your 6'2" guard and scout team out on the edge and a big body guy to play Peyton McAvoy and make sure he can shoot shots, and who's got a Brooks Byer on their scout team that can be that guy in practicing for the Broncos. And so Spring Hill right where they need to be right now, 3-2 on the year, and it's not a couple of years, and this one I apologize to bring up, but a couple of years ago the Broncos made it almost all the way through their boys tournament before getting their first win of the season. And so to be 3-2 right now, playing pretty good competition, Baser Linwood and Emporia early on in the year, Spring Hill right where they need to be, I say at this point early on in the season to figure out where they're at before they go to Christmas break.
Yeah, I think you can make a parallel between the boys and the girls team. Again, the boys team played 15 boys tonight. I don't think I've ever seen that much depth, that much, and it was significant minutes across those 15. And sure, towards the end there was a few that got some minutes there, but 15 players is a lot. And on the girls' side, I think they played 11. So, I think both coaches, Coach Tuttle and Coach Bouchard, are just trying to find their way. There's some youth in here that not a lot of varsity experience with some of these guys, so they're kind of throwing them to the wolves, you could say, and saying, okay, I've got, I see 10, 12 guys here that are pretty comparable. We've got our starting five, and I've got to figure out my bench. So it's encouraging to be able to do that and have the talent level that the Broncos have. So I'm very encouraged tonight just for both teams. I wish the girls could have got a win, but as young as they are, they're going to continue to develop, and I think the future is bright for both programs.
Final scoring totals, again, I mentioned the 20 for Jackson Bruce. Other than that, 9 points for Peyton McAvoy, all behind the arc, and big shots, the biggest one in that first half to break the deficit they were in. The Broncos had fallen behind 30-29. That three-point buck make it 32-30 at the end of the first half, and that's where they came out of the locker room and just stormed through. So 9 for McAvoy in his first game back after injury, 6 points for Brooks Byer, 8 points for Eli Hedrick. And Eli's a guy to create his own shot a little bit and get underneath the rim. 5 points for Jordan Miller, but his defensive effort always there. 5 points for Brady McCormick there in that fourth quarter. 5 points for Braden Brenner, including 3 or 4 from the free throw line. 4 points for Grant Gebhards. 4 points for Mikey Beck. 5 points, I mentioned McCormick. I think 2 points for Brendan Dubert. I don't usually look at a score sheet. It's got 10 guys in the score clock, so if I miss anybody, I apologize. Braden Brenner, I mentioned him. Yeah, I think I got everybody in that scoring total. And so the boys win here. Again, final score 70-42. We're going to take one final timeout. We'll come back and wrap everything up here tonight from Spring Hill. Broncos split with the Chieftains. You're watching it on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Back out here one final time on the Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. B.J. Harris, Caden Carvalho, Curtis Kaiser as we wrap things up here tonight. Again, the boys win at 70-42 over the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Girls fell earlier tonight, 52-42. Isla Herman leading the way for Spring Hill with 17 points, but she did foul out of this game in the fourth quarter. And then 20 points from Addie Schooler, 13 of those in a third quarter that really spelled doom for Spring Hill. Bronco girls fall to 2-3 on the year, 0-2 in conference play. Tonganoxie moves to 4-1 and 2-1 in Frontier League play. 10 points for Melissa Shonick as well. Other scores for Spring Hill, 7 points for Kylan Herman and 6 points for Aubrey Meter for Spring Hill. On the boys' side, again mentioned Jackson Bruce, 20 points for him, 9 points for Peyton McAvoy, 2 leading scores for them, 10 points for Owen Seba and 14 points for Lachlan McRae on for the Chieftains. That's going to wrap it up here tonight for our coverage. Back in action on Friday as the Broncos welcome in the Baldwin Bulldogs to close out 2025. We'll have more games across our network here throughout this week. I encourage you to go check out varsitysportslive.com to see all of our action. And we will be here for the Broncos and the Bulldogs on Friday. For Caden Carbajo and Curtis Kaiser, I'm BJ Harris saying so long from Spring Hill High School. You've been watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.